human experience type
yeah,
shit.
he's like, it's a lot of like timeless messaging and like him tackling humanity from the standpoint of like specific crazy situations. Like, how are these situations relatable to everybody? And try and put yourself in the mindset of both sides of the horrible things that happen. Like the Jerry Sandusky thing, the guy that he was a coach at Penn State and he like abused a bunch of boys. Yeah, he was molesting a bunch of boys. It was the idea of how that happened and how it took 20 years for them to figure it out. Like, how did he get away with, like, in the, like, almost verbatim, the last sentence of the chapter is, how did these boys get abused and then 10 years later go take their new wife and 2-year-old to go see this guy because they wanted his approval? Like, you know, you got to look at this from the perspective of both of these people. Like, abuse is a dirty, fucked up thing with layers and layers and layers of complicity. It's unbelievable. It's a great book.
Maybe that's what's going on with society, man. Like on a grander scale.
Man, you did it, Creighton. You figured it out.
Well, no,
I think you did it. No shit. I think that's exactly what
we were just talking.
Why are we even recording podcasts?
Well,
are we live?
Yeah, we are live.
You son of a bitch!
Welcome.
You got me! You got me! God damn it!
Shirts off, episode 7. Just the 3 of us here today. Myself.
You did it, Creighton. You figured it out. That was. I think you're right. I think the whole shit is society is that. You got it.
Myself.
Everybody's getting molested?
Yeah, yes. Man, everybody's getting molested. Hey, you got any snacks? Ooh, Reese Cup, mine, dibs.
No, not the big one.
God damn it.
I got these pretzels, and by me, I mean they're Creighton's pretzels.
Anyways.
I'm getting these. Oh, wait, those are hers. Fuck.
Here today is myself, Liam, Charlie.
What up?
Who just got. And it's just the 3 of us today. No guests.
No guests,
No guests. Definitely
and our shirts are on, believe it or not.
Honestly,
definitely didn't have
we're
Sterling
better
plans.
when we don't have guests.
Every
guest we've had is inferior to us. Imagine we just send this to all of our guests.
You just shit on like 8 people.
And one of them is in film school.
Yeah. And one of them is in film school. That's terrible.
That's fucked up.
We were talking about...
I'm just joking.
And one of them does redacted.
Yeah. I'm just joking. It starts with a W. We talked about this. What is his... Weaver? What's his name?
Weaver, yeah. Trey Weaver.
Trey Weaver, there it is.
Is that your favorite one so far?
I don't know if any of them... The last one was really fun. It was just... I think 5 people's a little too much for this one phone format. There was a lot of talking over each other.
True, maybe. I mean,
it was fun. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. Great time. But it was definitely...
Supposedly Redacted cleaned it up.
Okay.
And, like, you know...
He is a brilliant editor.
Yeah. That's part of why we're having issues. So, like, if you guys are listening to us before episode 6, no, you don't have... what's the number dyslexia thing? You don't have dyslexia. But, like, we just are having trouble uploading the other one. So this one will probably be up today that we finish recording in order to keep up with the release schedule. And then we'll get the other one uploaded next week. But that'll be 6.
When he was here, Cena is who we're talking about in the context of the podcast universe. When we went to Learn TV with him, he had a...
That's the guy we interviewed last week.
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to call him instead of his real name.
Yeah.
I don't even know his real name.
Good.
Oh, there you go.
That's better for the situation, so we don't have to do anything.
So it means one less person will slip up.
Yeah, because we did it like 4 times.
Oh yeah,
so
no, I was like,
I'm to edit it is because he can't let it get out.
I was so like, I'm not gonna fuck this up, and literally 2 sentences in.
If we call, we're not gonna do it because it would be really hard for the audio. But if we called Quentin right now. I remember telling Quentin, not that he would remember, I don't know if he would, but I remember telling Quentin multiple times, this guy, like, he had a YouTube channel, not going to say what it was called, but he was getting 3 or 5 viewers a video and putting out a video every few days, and I was watching them, and I was like, bro, this is like, to make it easy for you, Matt Pat level fucking... Edit better than Matt Pat. I'm saying Matt Pat.
Yeah. Nobody's Matt Pat.
He just needed to get them for the right set of eyes.
It's literally that like viral idea. Like the right retweet is what will launch this guy. His editing ability is unfucking believable. He's like one of the best. He edits videos better than anything I've seen on YouTube. He's like genuinely one of the. That's why he's on one of these giant channels.
Yeah.
Somebody
Redacted.
saw him.
Redacted.
Yeah, somebody found him.
Look, you're having this serious conversation the whole time. Ted's just going to town on your foot, just biting
he's
it, grabbing it,
Yeah,
like
he's getting me.
I'm doing everything I can not to make the same joke twice.
But
Pussyfooting.
yeah, he did it twice. 2 podcasts in a row.
Speaking of pussy, have I got a
Or
fun
this
fact
is the
for
first
you?
time, and you guys will hear that again later next Monday. But yeah, he genuinely, like, not to suck his dick too much, unbelievable editor. Like,
And he's a
we
great
didn't
guy.
talk about it a lot.
Like he's not he's a great guy too.
Yeah, he's an awesome person.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think because of all the shit we talked about and how out of control that podcast went, I wasn't able to really give him his flowers.
Yeah.
Genuinely, one of the greatest editors. I've seen a lot of editing. I've watched 2-hour documentaries on how a certain movie could have been Prometheus. Could have been 5 times better if it was just chopped up in a different order. Among many other different editing things. I love editing. I love, like, watching in-depth diagnoses and dissections of how things are edited. This guy is one of those guys who might be winning a fucking Oscar one day if he gets his, abilities in front of the right person.
Fuck yeah.
Absolute legend status. Now, society. We're all getting molested. Let's get into
Well, no,
it.
I had a fun pussy fact for you.
Ooh, I like fun pussy facts.
I already told Liam, so he knows what it is.
Oh, is it bad?
No, it's historically interesting.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And connected to conversation. We've
Historically interesting for us.
Yeah, we've got pretty good through lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all this is connected. We're circling back.
Tell me.
Pussy is the through line. All right.
Shirts Off podcast, where pussy is the through line.
We need
I
that.
get pussy through lines.
Hey,
Hey.
that's like bar after bar these podcasts
We
keep
need-
producing. We're gonna have to end up going back and getting all the, like, that was a bar moments and, like, turning it into a song.
We need like a line of bumper stickers with
What's
all
the
different
pussy
things.
fact? Tell me
Okay,
the interesting
so-
pussy thing.
Apparently, I haven't seen it myself.
No, I'm so sorry.
What?
Nana listens to all of these.
Oh, she knows. I think I've said pussy to her face many
You
times.
probably have.
Yeah, you know.
Not okay with that. Anyway, go ahead.
She was like, "Yeah, that's what Charlie is," and I was like, "Yeah, like."
How dare you? What's your interesting pussy thing?
So apparently, according to some of the FBI files on Martin Luther King Jr., whenever they were listening in on to his room and he was having his sexcapades, as we'll call them, he gets up and states at one point that he started the International Coalition of Pussy Eaters.
You're biting for real now. That hurts. You're biting for
Apparently,
real.
they have that on recording somewhere.
If it's true. If it's true, that man had a dream for a reason. That motherfucker really was a leader.
And I was watching this documentary about it. And so it was sort of a documentary. It was a YouTube documentary. And it took me out, him saying that. Because I immediately went to, like, his voice when he's having the I Have a Dream speech. And just imagine, like, him standing up going, like, I've started the international... I'll do it to you, Martin Luther King.
We can tell.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyways, just imagine him saying that, but in that voice.
Right.
They started the International Coalition of Pussy Eaters.
So, like...
ICOPE, for short.
And it is a good way to cope.
That's a great way to go.
So, anyways, I want to get us all T-shirts to say "ICOPE," but we won't.
Oh my God! Actually, do it. I'll wear it. We'll all wear it.
I won't have.
I want one with no sleeves and one with sleeves.
I won't have that it's an MLK quote on it. I just want the people in the know
You
to
should
know.
definitely have quote MLK so people ask and you're able to tell them what he said.
Allegedly, he
fire.
said it. Like it's a big maybe.
Well, is it
on
part of the files?
Apparently, but
If it's part of the
I
files-
myself have not read the files, so I don't want to say he said this and like.
I
Remember
want
how
more
you
than
guys-
anything.
yeah.
I don't know if I've ever wanted something to be true more than right now.
Honestly, it made me a bigger fan of him. I was like,
You know how you guys have absolutely ruined all my credibility in the black community?
Yeah, it's kind of, we've like had conversations on the side, like I can't wait to like ruin it even more.
it's kind of like the whole purpose of the show.
Yeah, because I tell you what, this is not how we start off our month. You know, we used to have like Black Panther.
This is Black History Month.
We used to have Black Panther release dates, and now we have fucking 2 white guys talking about how the greatest black man in history, or at least
Like,
one of them.
Okay, I can rein this in to a position to make him better again.
He was a trailblazer.
What'd you say?
I said he was a trailblazer.
He really was.
Because he's saying this in the 60s.
Now,
Nobody was
I know,
publicly.
haha. I know that we're laughing, haha, this is silly and fun. And it is silly and fun. It's a crazy thing if it's real.
Burned his way through a lot of bush. Sorry.
I genuinely, no joke, actually do think it's something he may have said.
No, he definitely said it.
And if he did,
No, he definitely said
and if he did, it cements him really, genuinely as like a stronger person to me. I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, God.
Are you excited?
All right, I'm ready
Here
for
we
the
go.
through line.
Here's the through
Wait, give me
line.
a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, drink.
Y'all
Yeah,
hear that?
Take that.
Y'all hear that? No.
That's PB. All
That
right,
should be
there,
our
ladies
theme
and
song, just like...
It's gonna sound like
It should sound like you started saying it.
I know. Well, I am. I'm just gonna say this is gonna sound like a tangent. It's coming back.
Okay.
So, throughout history,
Like that one?
throughout history, if you go back and you listen to the, I'm doing air quotes, geniuses of the times.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to their speeches, like if they're in college and you listen to their lectures, a lot of these guys, while not just geniuses, were pretty funny. They were really funny people. They had crazy ideas, and a lot of them are looked at as pariahs for some of their ideas in the moment that we end up looking back on and saying, that's how these guys think. They have to think that way because they're the smartest guys around. The Oppenheimers of the world, the Einsteins of the world, potentially the MLKs of the world.
Well, we know for sure he was a visionary.
I know.
He led the civil rights.
Let me explain why I'm saying this phrase, why I think it cements the idea. Not only is it hilarious,
Yeah.
if you actually look at it back then, in that time, eating pussy is not acceptable. It's
illegal. It's illegal.
It's illegal.
In some
Fellatio
and enforced to varying degrees.
Yeah, at the time was not even okay.
Yeah.
And so, the idea of that, he's being investigated by either the FBI, CIA, whoever's eavesdropping on him to figure that out in the first place.
White folks.
That is, that is
J.
straight
Edgar
up.
Hoover.
Yes.
That was his name.
Well, yeah,
one of them, but head of the FBI.
He was compiling data. He was not, attacking, I don't think, but I don't know.
No, dude. He was, sending him letters, they were basically like, hey, man, we got these tapes of you, fucking other people. You should kill yourself.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
really?
no, for real,
well,
yeah.
I need to watch
dude
some
was
more
the
J. Hoover
original,
shit.
dude was, the original Mad Gamer sending,
But...
you play too good.
Let me hold on. Let me circle
You got
back
too
now.
many people on your side.
Damn, they swatted my boy.
They did 100% swap. Well, I heard a theory that he didn't even die from.
We were just talking about.
Oh, dude, we were
Yeah, he
just
gets suffocated in the hospital.
Yeah, but more than likely someone suffocated him.
If you're one,
That's what
if you're wanting to educate
kind of
yourself,
Jeffrey Epstein suicided.
Yeah,
Not suicided. Didn't commit suicide.
if you want to educate yourself in a just purely factual way, Decoding the Unknown on YouTube, the guy Simon Whistler, great video on it. Touches on what he just said and the whole everything the FBI did to fuck with Martin Luther King, all up until his death. They had files on him all the way back to 53 or something like that. Anyways, go ahead. You were saying something.
The guy was a trailblazer, man. For real though, that is the kind of statement that if it had been made public then, we would look at it the way that Oppenheimer was deemed a communist at one point, or the communist blacklist in Hollywood. Hilarious. It's funny because of how common it is now. But communism's still a big deal now, so we still are able to look at the Oppenheimer situation a little less jaded. This is such a funny thing now because of how totally normal and okay it is to fucking go down on people. That at the time, you're not talking just an illegal thing. You're talking the right FBI, the right old FBI guy or CIA guy who hears that is that's the reason we're getting him now. That's one more fucking tally mark on why we're fucking taking this guy out. Yeah. Is he's even more against the status quo of what we deem acceptable.
Well, that was part of it too. They were trying. So originally they started recording him because they were trying to get. J. Edgar Hoover was convinced he was a communist. Just straight up was this guy is trying to bring communism to our country.
We love a witch trial.
Yeah, and also J. Edgar Hoover's very racist. A lot of historians are this guy's racist. Yeah.
Probably had a couple issues with him.
So they started recording him because they were we're gonna get this guy. We're going to get him on communist fucking conspiracy. And then what they found was, he was apparently, again, haven't read the files. What they found was that he was just having a lot of
Wild sex.
Yeah, a lot of wild sex.
He was just a whore,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Our guy
Just
was a whore.
like
Yeah, think about that. Not excusing it. Pretty fucked up shit on Coretta. Coretta was fine as hell. But
yeah. But also, you don't know if she knew. Like, she might have known already.
They might have been swingers.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like...
all right, guys, it's bad enough we're at the ICOPE. We're not about
well,
to...
no, I'm just
We're
saying,
not going to call Coretta Scott King a cuctress.
No.
We're not
They
doing
might have been
that.
in all that together is what I'm saying. You never know. They might have been like, that's just how they
For me, it's more like, what I mean, you're the most powerful black man on the planet. You're changing the status quo with your very existence. And then, like... Yeah. Right, the I Have a Dream speech wasn't a 24-hour speech. Like, you know what I mean? Make 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck I'm going to do for the rest of the goddamn day? Like, I got to take a bus to Birmingham.
And under a lot of stress, too.
Yeah, stressed as all hell.
They said when they did his autopsy, he had, like, the heart of, like, a 80-year-old or some shit like that. Like, just from the sheer amount of stress.
He died in his early 40s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the nigga looks 60.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I get it. Stress. He's got to take out that stress somehow.
How many white women do you think it was?
I don't know.
I bet it was a lot more
than
anyone would guess. I bet it would be a lot more than at the time anyone would think.
Could you imagine him saying, once you go black, you never go back?
It would be funny if, like, we find out that's the origin of that phrase. It started with MLK.
He founded it. No, that's true. I mean, look, he had some great
so
phrases.
far, he had at least one more unbelievable statement to chalk up on quotes by our boy. That is unbelievable.
He was good at throwing words together and making them, like, not just good words together, but, like, catchy,
Yeah, no, yeah, bars. He was barred up for real. I tell you what, though, just as a disclaimer, we respect everything that Martin Luther King Jr. did to stand for, and the only reason we can record this podcast together, because I'm black. If you couldn't tell, my tone of voice might not give it away.
Did you drop your voice down?
No.
I didn't drop my voice at all.
The fuck are you speaking of? But yeah, you know what I mean? We couldn't record this podcast without him. I mean, they could. I just wouldn't be here. Which is how a lot of it has been recorded, which, really makes you call a couple things into question. There wasn't a lot of color on this podcast over the years.
It wasn't just him. Like, not to...
There was a woman here at one point.
Let's pull back. We had the Fred Hamptons of the world. We had a lot of motherfuckers doing, like, their work. Fred
Malcolm
Hampton,
X.
I think Fred Hampton, well...
What do you mean,
yes.
Malcolm
he was a little more problematic than the other guys.
He's still, I mean...
still, like, problematic, like, maybe
what do you mean by problematic?
I think my nigga was getting busy.
I think it was...
I think y'all needed something to be afraid of.
I agree.
Niggas wasn't scared of MLK. Like, his pussy, man. This guy's soft as hell. You know what I mean? Like,
all
Malcolm
three...
X, it was like, damn, he might shoot me.
All three were killed, though, is what I'm saying. Like, of the three of them, I think of the three of them, if they continue to go along their line... and, like, we're alive today, I think Fred Hampton has the biggest impact of any of them. I think Fred Hampton had the most original ideas as one person.
Were you here when we were talking about, like, the shit that he started talking about, like, MLK, and then they were kind of pretty much were like, we gotta take this dude off the board? Were you here for that or no?
Was it another time?
No. This was like, I can't remember
tonight.
if we said that right before you got here. It wasn't tonight?
Yeah, it was before I got here. Though.
Okay, so...
I think we've discussed that in the past, like how, what was maybe the moment they decided, like, we gotta get this guy out of here.
So civil rights was, making its way through Congress. I think they had already probably worked it into the Constitution at this point. So he started widening his scope to reach out to the impoverished and the disenfranchised of the country. And he was like, there's only one way to fucking do this. We have to take down I don't want to misquote him, but he was basically talking about replacing capitalism with a better system, or at least, like, the only way to, like, make government work for everybody is to take it apart and restart from the beginning. And essentially, after, like, coming out and speaking on that a lot, is when, like, not too long after that, he got killed.
Yeah.
So,
damn.
Let that make your gears turn.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to calm down now.
But anyways, it was probably, like, by the end of the video on that Decoding the Unknown, like, it's definitely, like, the FBI probably killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same way.
Any motherfucker that's ever made a fucking vehicle that runs on fucking fresh water got killed.
Yeah.
Niggas just don't like good ideas.
There's like 11 patents for your cancer hidden on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
like
it's not that they don't like good ideas. They don't like anything that doesn't make the money or takes money away from them.
Yeah, good ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Good
truly
ideas.
good ideas.
Yeah.
Like actual good ideas.
Not just like
Morally good ideas.
Yeah, like let's just take the word good out of it. Like saving all the people ideas.
Yeah, ideas that benefit people without profit because people deserve that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, curing cancer with a pill one time. Totally, probably doable. Like,
You guys seen the studies that like Beethoven's Fifth kills cancer cells?
That's
What?
astounding.
Yeah, like you can play like Beethoven's Fifth.
Damn, I'm about to start playing that shit all the time.
Just preemptively?
Yeah, just in case. Just in case.
Yeah,
just
I got a little tingle in a weird spot today.
Yeah.
There's a lump on my left rib. I wonder if I probably got cancer.
Does it cause you to go deaf?
That
Damn,
was
that would be hilarious.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad joke. That was actually really good. I won't laugh at it.
Yeah,
that was
phenomenal. But go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like come on, like
We're over here saying cool shit, and you're over here saying better shit than us. That's fucked up, honestly.
and like low hanging better shit. I guess too. Like it wasn't like
Low hanging, highbrow better shit.
Yeah, like
How
low
dare
hanging
you?
highbrow. Like,
That's fucked up. Like
conundrum jokes.
I like
Yeah.
to go low and then high. You know what I
that's
mean?
astounding. Man. Go fuck yourself.
Paradoxal dickhead is what you are.
For the kids that don't know, Beethoven was deaf.
Wow. Thanks.
There are kids that won't know.
He wasn't always deaf. Is also important. To
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
remember.
Yes,
yeah.
he became deaf.
He wasn't like the Helen Keller of music.
It was a genius joke, really. Like
She was also deaf.
totally
and
unbelievable.
blind. It's a whole
And
thing.
dumb, but not dumb like she couldn't talk because that's what he used to
But then she was able to talk by the end of her life, which is unbelievable.
do.
Yeah.
Wild. I also think she had sex, which is like really creepy to think about.
She had kids, so
Yeah,
she
you know what I mean?
definitely
'Cause
had
you gotta
sex.
think like, for one, crazy auditory on that, crazy audio, crazy.
Crazy
Yeah.
feeling. Could you imagine, like, just,
Whoa, hold on, what do you mean?
Like,
I
you
mean,
can't
it's like,
see
you
or
can-
hear.
You can basically only feel.
Yeah.
Sensory, your smell and feel is the only thing your
Like,
body
just
can really
kissing
do.
somebody.
She's probably the first woman to come. She was probably her. Or the female orgasm probably started with Helen Keller.
There's a show
It wasn't
called-
actually Hiroshima over...
What the fuck?
Wait, what? Hold on.
It
What the fuck?
wasn't-
I think we need to be quiet because he has to explain himself.
It wasn't a nuclear bomb over Hiroshima. It was Helen Keller coming for the first time.
Wow.
in the
That's
shot.
not. See. Here's
That's the thing about those jokes you do pull off.
you
They're
pull
followed by-
off unbelievable jokes and then just give us absolute dung beetle shit,
Listen,
like garbage.
I'm saying them for me.
Garbage.
Like, listen.
Like you're a beetle rolling around a mound of shit into a perfect spherical bottom of frosted shit, man. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was
so
that?
bad. You said such an amazing joke 100 seconds
Well,
ago.
I wasn't really certain how like
It was gonna
when she
land?
coming about. Well, when she came about, so I had to pick my historical reference carefully. I was
Definitely
like, that's
before
like-
Hiroshima.
Was she? Too?
1800s.
Was she really?
Yes.
Look that up. Look that shit
You
up. Right
fucking
now.
look
Hey,
at
Jamie,
Jamie, pull that shit up.
Chris,
Yeah, I'm Jamie.
thank you, buddy.
You know what's funny? I work with a Jamie now.
How you can't talk about the
No. But I can't talk.
redacted.
Yeah, I can't talk
Redacted.
shit about her though.
Author.
I won't talk
Redacted.
shit about her though. She's great. Really fucking funny.
Damn, she was old when she died.
When was she alive? Between what
She was
years?
born in the 1800s.
18 what?
80.
To what time? When did she die? You said she was really
70s.
old. Oh, so why
68,
joke
68,
suddenly makes a lot of sense now, doesn't
It
it?
sure did.
But I'm saying, you think the first time she comes is like in her 50s?
Probably,
Yeah,
man.
46
Somebody's
years old.
got to. It takes a while to find it. You know what I mean? Like you got to get in there. And she's deaf, you know, and blind, so she doesn't know
You
where
think
it's
she
at.
could talk
either.
by 46? Do you think like she was like could find? She was like figure it
Man,
out.
I don't-
like, find, look
Wow.
Man, I don't even know how you consent to shit at like with being blind and deaf. You don't even know what you kiss them. You know.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure she knew. Like, I'm sure
First time she
figured
ever
it out.
gave head, she probably like thought it was food.
I don't think this is just a let's go back into the logistics of things. It's the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's all illegal. I don't think she's giving anyone head.
You gotta understand something that like legality never mattered to like well-off white men.
That's a good point.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like when blowjobs were illegal, motherfuckers looked like y'all were
Imagine-
still dancing.
That's
Imagine
probably why
she
they
was
hit the
racist.
iceberg on the Titanic. Some dude was getting like ship head, you
Think
know
she
what I
was
mean,
racist?
and fucking ran right into the iceberg. Dude, I think
like
she was
Clayton Bigsby in it up, like just had no clue. Like she straight up just
She
thought-
really. Wait, what was she? She was.
She was white.
Yeah,
She
I
was
thought
white.
she was white.
But like
She-
British white, German white, Polish white,
I think she was
I
Polish.
think she was born
aioli
here.
white.
I think she was born in America.
Imagine trying to speak Spanish, but you can't. You're deaf and blind.
Shut the fuck up.
Can't roll your R's like that. Oh, man.
So anytime I've ever met a blind person, they always look like they're perpetually looking up.
I think that's why they wear sunglasses all the time.
Yeah, it's like their eyes are always like fluttering like upwards, so like it's all like whites and like fucking like weird.
You think it's something about the cone of your ear? Like if you look up, it's like a better direction to hear for the cone of your like ear. I don't know.
Maybe
because I've also noticed like you watch Daredevil and he's always just looking up. They
always kind of like
just a little bit up.
Like that what's his name? Not Sneeko. That streamer that got.
She was born in Alabama.
OnlyFans.
he had a gay OnlyFans.
Yeah, I can't remember the streamer's name.
Was it Ninja?
No, it wasn't. It was one of like the 5.
Could you imagine if Ninja had a gay OnlyFans?
I mean, I'd rather not. But,
I just mean that'd be wild.
but yeah, like the way
Was it
like,
Nick Merckx? Sorry.
That's crazy. How dare you? That's crazy. That's crazy. Matter of fact,
I'm telling him you said that.
Crazy.
He knows who you are.
Crazy.
I love you, Nick.
So
but that's an incredible joke, and I had to go for it. I hope you
incredibly
understand.
crazy. That is wild.
You're welcome to shoot back. I'll take it.
Hey, man, you can't have them pretzels, man. Hey, man, that made for you, man.
Dude, he stole some
cat's
cookies.
whole head was in the pretzel bag.
He stole some cookies the other night.
Smart cat. You got any cookies, though? Like you?
I think so. They're in some bowls.
Yeah, I'm about to say cookies would have hit way better. Because I didn't tell you this, but pretzels are fucking nasty.
They're in
man.
bowls on top of each other. Anyways, you were saying something.
Dude, I fucking look. The thing is, man, like when you really think about it, bro. Like if you really like put your like.
Say it, man.
I don't have anything. I was struggling. I was hoping I'd be given a little bit more confidence and niggas would wait on it. They did not. They did not.
So what we were talking about?
Yeah.
That
Bring me some cookies.
I am.
Real nigga, even though he's not.
We were talking about before all this Trump and
my
like
friend too.
Wow.
Have you heard that? Have you seen that on Kill Tony?
No, but that's.
Do you know who Cam Patterson is?
Yeah.
He was on an episode of Kill Tony when Adam Ray was playing Dr. Phil, and he goes, "Yeah, that's Dr. Phil. That's my right there." And he goes, "Yeah, you're my friend too," and it just murders.
No, Cam is like one of the best things.
One of the greatest comedians alive right now. It's not just because of like his age. Like generally speaking, his viewpoint is unreal. Mm-hmm. What he is able to discern and hanging out with all of the like stellar legend comedians right now is only making him. He will be one of the greats at 60. At 60, he might be the best living comedian.
Oh yeah.
He has it in him. It's possible.
No,
he'll be the top 3. He'll be like the Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle.
He's
top 5 guys.
He's one of the rare examples where somebody that's like naturally observationally funny was able to like make some because like his routine is very loose. It's very much loose architecture designed for him to just do his thing in there, right? Mm-hmm. But the fact that he can do that at all, he's young as all hell. You know what I mean? He's not coming from a background where anybody was teaching him how to like make jokes and structure his jokes. You know what I mean? And to be a band with you, I think he's like not like a savant because I don't think he's like stupid, even though it's kind of like a joke he plays into. But I don't think he's like a lot of comedians like Michael. Like before Michael gets his big like breakthrough with stand up and stuff, all this homage to the comedians before him, all this studying, all this Charlie Chaplin, you know what I mean? The one that liked little girls, I think was a thing that he did.
Charlie Chaplin?
Yeah, him.
Not
Edgar Allan.
Charlie Chaplin. I think it's someone else, but okay.
No, I think it's him. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna Google that. I'm pretty sure he had it, or he's like fucking his cousin like everybody was.
You mean
something?
Are you thinking of Woody Allen?
No, I know he's a fucking he's that man's
He's
disgusting.
Weird.
No. But regardless, it's like Michael has like all this like homage in him towards comedy, whereas Cam, it's like just he's a natural phenomenon that I don't think really like gives a fuck. Like I you know what I mean? Like he probably knows his Eddie Murphy and like his like, but if that motherfucker doesn't know who like George Carlin is, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he was that far removed from that sphere. I don't because like the way that you and Michael are is like you guys know a lot about comedy. You guys are funny. You guys have done stand up. You guys can do stand up, but you guys have like this strong understanding of the history of stand up, the art of it, and stuff like that. I think this is a motherfucker that's just naturally tuned in.
He's like a fucking Beethoven of comedy.
Yeah, but exactly. But I don't think he's like done any research. I don't think he like I don't. He doesn't.
I bet he is now. I feel like you're probably right early. He probably wasn't somebody. He was doing it because he was having a great time. He probably wasn't studying.
And that's just being around those fuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even that, I feel like it's like, how do I put this? I feel like if he does know anything about them, it's because old heads were like, nah, man, like, you need to know about who came before. You need to. And it's like, realistically, he doesn't. He really can just do what he's doing with no concern for the status quo or how it's been done before him. You know what I mean? And keep killing. But yeah, I fought with him a lot.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. That Rock's joke. That Rock's joke is too good. Yeah, too good.
I like rocks, man. It's unbelievable.
I've only ever seen him doing Dr. Phil.
Huh?
I've only ever seen him doing Dr. Phil.
That's not Cam Patterson. We're
who are you talking
about a black
about?
man.
Oh, who
That's
you
Adam
guys
Ray.
talking about? I'm sorry.
Adam Ray plays Dr. Phil. Cam Patterson is a young. I say young. I mean, he's probably in his 20s.
I'm about to say like our age.
Yeah.
I'm about to say he might be like a little bit younger than us or like our exact age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like 24 to 29, young black dude.
A 20-something.
I think he's from Miami. But he's just an unbelievable, one of the best comedians right now.
I like Hannibal.
Well, Creighton thought we were talking about.
I did. I thought you were talking about what's his name? Adam Ray.
Adam Ray.
Yeah.
Even worse, you're gonna piggyback off of who we're talking about and say Hannibal.
Yeah, I love Hannibal.
Nah, me too.
He's
but
hilarious.
Like, you don't see what you just.
You know you did.
What?
You don't see
you know what you did.
You don't see the word association or the.
You're going right to another black guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I like Dave Chappelle too.
Wow.
That's wild.
See, he'll have one of those, and in about 30 seconds, he's gonna fucking tank.
Yeah,
he's going to fucking tank.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Rodney Dangerfield? Remember when he took pictures of his wife? That happened. We're like, yes. Good job, Craig. He's gonna say something that happened.
Yeah.
Half of his jokes that don't work are just saying something that happened. PBR's garbage, isn't it?
It is, but whenever I drink beer and it tastes good, that's always when I know I'm like dehydrated or I'm going through something.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's probably
Does it taste good right now?
Yes.
Oh, so it's good. It's good.
That's not good.
Listen, no. I've tried a lot of beer. A lot of it shit. That's good. That's basically water right there.
That's really what it's giving. Like I really felt like refreshed, and I was a little disturbed by that.
No, that's why it's a good beer. Listen,
that's very healthy thinking.
it's a very good beer. He's refreshed. You know, he only needed one.
I mean, can I not have a
Bro, this guy's like a professional alcoholic. This guy has like a doctorate in alcoholism.
No, you can have it. I don't give a fuck.
I appreciate it.
Hey, grab me one more you up, man.
What you mean by that?
You were up.
During this month? You gonna ask me to do anything?
I'll get them both, right? I don't care. I just want one. Like, you know, how it arrives in my hand matters not to me.
Don't say matters not. Like you know what it means.
Who the fuck is eating Reese cups and quarters?
That's
This
me,
guy, bro.
That big ass giant one in there.
You eating that shit? How this motherfucker does edibles?
Well, it's a lot.
I did one
It's a
right
lot of
before I
sugar. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had more PBR, and I don't know what happened to it.
Us, I think.
No, I bought some more since I've seen you last Monday.
You left him the poker game, probably.
Did I? No, I grabbed those.
Did you grab
I grabbed
them?
them out of the. Did I leave them in the truck? It might be in the truck. Damn.
2007's Transformers is a classic and did not get enough credit for what it was when it was, and I think it's because of we really gotta. I hope that as we get older, we never become the old motherfuckers that ruin really cool shit because it's not exactly how we would want it.
Okay,
But
I gotta save some of these for Caitlin because she hasn't had any at all yet.
I'll put them away.
Okay, thank you. I didn't realize.
We were fucking
look,
those
me and
cookies.
you were fine. Dude was sitting there just crushing them.
I did an edible right before I walked in.
Like fucking.
Must be nice.
You know what?
Listen.
Yes.
I cooked 20, and nobody's eat any of them.
No, not only that too. Those are really good because you're shit at baking cookies. Those are not done.
Yeah, it's effectively a hard cookie dough.
Yeah, and I really like it.
Yeah.
But I could
Listen,
that's not what a cookie's supposed to be.
That was that. Like you break it up and put it on a tray.
If that shit was at Food Line,
It's
it
supposed to
definitely has a.
expand.
If that shit was at Food Line, it definitely has a clearance tag on it. 100%.
Yeah, that motherfucker just gave us Minecraft cookies. Like,
Yeah,
but they were so good, but not for the right reason.
That's the secret.
That's really you as a person. So good, but not for the right reason. It's like, how did this work? This is bullshit. This even is a little burnt, but I like
You
it.
can start writing letters to me telling me to kill myself.
You can come on. What you choose to through? Oh,
By the way, one of my favorite comedians, Cat Williams.
Comedians?
Bro, can you stop bringing up black comedians only? Talk about other comedians.
Hey, I got you.
I know it's February and all, but you're trying way too hard, bro. God damn. My man's like, Eileen's here. Can't wait to talk about all my favorite black comedians.
Ooh, I'm gonna try one.
I'm definitely not virtue signaling. I mean, totally. But
I'm just happy you know what virtue signaling means.
Are you taking a shit? Are you leaving the door open while you're taking a shit?
What's even funnier is that you stop midstream to come open the door up, because like I'm just right, like I'm really good at this like mind's eye shit, right? So I'm not mind eyeing your penis in this, but like I'm thinking, right? You walk in the bathroom, the door closes somewhat, you got to take your stance. And then within 15 seconds of your stance, the door
reaching over.
Yeah, the door opens back up. So like,
I'm gonna break your mind a little bit. Never stop the stream. That's what happened.
That's crazy. Okay, so here's my thing.
Wait, so he pissed on the floor?
Yeah. Were your arms long enough, or did you just start shooting like Curry? Like you just putting up 3-point piss streams.
I got a big dick. I didn't have to aim. Okay, it just is pointed at the toilet.
He pissed all over my floor, man. We'll go in there, fucking shit's all over the place. I almost spit my beer, by the way, whenever you were talking about it. I took everything in me not to just shoot it.
Because it just felt like motherfuckers open the door, make a comment.
Hey, do you want to see something crazy I found? I don't think I showed you the last time you were here.
Okay, yeah.
Anybody want a water?
I'll take one.
These PBRs are pretty water-like.
Check these out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there's no way.
Yes.
There's no way.
Yes, look how old they are.
Nah, fuck how old they are. What I need to see is what that coochie looked like in 1965.
So, that's 70s, by the way. 71 and 72. So, what I'm showing Aleem right now, and is great for an only audio podcast, is a collection
of Playboys.
Of Playboys that I got from a very good friend at
God damn.
I told you.
Nah, these are like nice. They don't make them like that no more, fellas.
Yo, like, okay, listen.
Yeah,
I know there's a bunch of beautiful women, but like low key, this rabbit is killing it. Like
Christopher, I don't think you like pussy. I don't
You're out of the coalition.
Yeah, you are
how
not.
dare you?
You are not ICOPE, my boy.
You're not ICOPE material.
This is an actress, isn't she? No,
Probably.
No, she just.
I mean, she was.
I've seen her in a couple.
This magazine's 54 years old.
I've seen her in a couple videos for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, there's no way I was watching porn that.
Yeah, they're real grainy, but like, it's there. You know?
Well, anyways, though, back to the podcast. As I, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of cool art in there too,
Okay.
aside from like just
Wow,
the pussy.
that's hilarious.
What is it?
It's a pop-up, like
Flasher.
guy flashing himself.
Exhibitionist. Anyways.
Remember, it's crazy. Playboy used to have articles. This is nuts.
No, yeah,
Look at
that's
this.
thick. I haven't even read that shit. Like, you wouldn't believe how much of it's just words. I was expecting new words.
Yeah, no, there's like no coochies in here.
There's a centerfold. There's a centerfold in every one.
There's a scientist. Her name's Deborah So, and
What's she selling?
she used to.
There it is. It was, I give it to you. It was about 5 minutes this time, but my God, were you fucking tank.
She used to write for Playboy. And, like, she was like, yeah, people don't realize Playboy has, like, genuinely very well researched, like, articles in it.
Some of,
like,
like
straight up journalism. Like, it's not all just naked women.
Damn.
Nice. Some of the, like, craziest got you quotes are, like...
But I already gave at the office.
It just seems like
Okay.
So
So
that just
look,
makes me
listen.
feel like she was being taken advantage.
We got to put these away.
Yeah, I no longer want to be a part of
listen.
this. Yeah.
So some of these, like some of the craziest, like got you, like things that apparently like politicians and all these like insanely powerful people have said, like have been quoted from Playboy articles. Like there's this quote that I saw like from fucking, it might have been Trump or something. Like, it was just like, huh?
You didn't eat one of those, did you? Okay.
No, I don't do that.
Make sure.
It was like something like just crazy, just God, you threw me off, man. I can't remember what it was said. Damn.
You sure you didn't take one of those things?
Yeah, I'm sure. It just I don't remember what it was. Anyways, this is definitely what the fuck? Are you just saying this in a Playboy article? But people aren't reading Playboys, or at least they weren't.
Yeah, they were just like sticking the pages together.
I told our friend that works at Google, I was like, I don't want any of them if the pages are sticky. This is the
you
first
flip through
thing.
each one?
She didn't know what I meant at first. She was like, "What do you mean?"
Is it who I think it was?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
She didn't. I mean, you know this person.
She knows.
She did not.
Was she at work?
No.
Damn.
We were
She
at.
might not have known.
She looked good.
You know who it is.
You know it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna name drop her on here because I feel like she'll kill me. She'll hunt me down memory.
He might not know.
Well, this is great content.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, we're gonna sit here
podcasting.
and not talk about somebody.
How was Transformers? Let's get back to this Transformers.
Man, shit's so fucking good, right? So like, old people when it came out were doing all this bitching at the time, and they were like,
Transformers.
you know what I mean? They were
The
like,
first one.
Yeah, they were like, it's not like the original, and it's
The
like
2007 movie. Sorry.
Yeah, the 2007 film, which is like wild to think about because it's like, don't get me wrong, like the original Transformers is like a dope cartoon, like it's really cool. You know, it set a very high standard for high bar for American animation. However, you could not make a better fucking Transformers movie than what Michael Bay did in 2007. Like, you can't. I don't care what anybody says, not even you, as I see the wheels turn.
I don't think in 2007. I think you're right. I think in 2007, no, they can't. If they had waited until like this recent year when Transformers 1 came out to do it, or even Bumblebee to do it, I think there's a version that looks like that old cartoon that they're able to animate in a way that makes sense. That would have been like better for the time, but I think you're right. 2007, that's what people needed.
Yeah,
it was 2007.
Yeah,
it was 2000. Yeah, I mean, we needed a piss filtered American military shots. You know, we needed
best part of the movie.
Best part of the fucking
American, the
visually
absurd,
appealing, like
the
great
absurd
looking
patriotism of the movies is like. Whether your stance on the American military is one thing or another, like objectively speaking, it's the best part of the film. Like the story, air quotes, I say, with Sam Witwicky and his fucking
it's
love
a solid
interest
story.
and family.
Michaela's the best character.
Dude, you gotta think about something.
I don't know about best character.
Like at the time, dog. Like, cause it bleeds 2000s, right? It bleeds like 2000s. It low key feels almost 2010.
We're talking 6 years post 9/11. We needed a hardcore America is awesome and Transformers collab. Yeah. Something of the ilk that Transformers was in the popular mind.
I will say, I think that movie is like the best and worst thing that's ever happened to the Transformers franchise. Because everything...
you're a big Transformers head,
listen. Everything that's happened since that movie has tried to emulate that movie in one way or another, for better or worse. Like Prime, great. That was probably like the peak emulation of that. Like Transformers Prime, the show. Shout out. But, listen, that's peak emulation of that. Everything else is... never been able to live up to that standard. And we were talking about Energon and Cybertron before the movie came out. Those were wild, man. They were calling out to the sky. Yeah. They were calling out to the sky and keys would come down and go inside of them and then a gun would come out. It was crazy. It's a wild time.
Yeah, man. I think that I think for the time, dog, like, cause that's my thing, right? Sometimes I feel like, especially with like movie snobs and like, critics and stuff, people forget that like a movie's supposed to be like fun and enjoyable, right? Like, I get it. Like, movies supposed to have messages. Movies supposed to have like certain thematic ideas and a bunch of other shit I would never study because I'm not Trey Weaver. Shout out Trey Weaver.
Shout out Trey Weaver.
Shout out Trey.
I think you would. I think you would study it, but not the way that Trey would study it. Trey probably sits and like how we saw nerds at school sit and study at school. He might study film like that. If you and I worked on a film set as like lighting dudes, we would soak everything in as we saw it and become film nerds by association,
by muscle memory.
Osmosis. Like we would osmosis the everything everyone's doing because we'd be into every part of it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be at like on a set for film going like, can't wait to just stare at the actors do their acting thing. I'd be standing behind cameramen watching like how they're catching an angle, what they're listening to the director say.
You get fired.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, hey man, this guy's
not
standing
doing
too
the
close.
job you said.
I'm just saying,
He said, I just wouldn't do my fucking job because in that moment I
You know what I'm
realized
saying?
my greater calling.
while I was doing my job, I would take in whatever I could take in. Like I would be watching everything.
I think that I'm like an
saying that
organic.
around Diddy.
I think I'm an organic film snob in the way that like I have a very great eye for existence. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're seeing it through the lens of the artist rather than the lens of the like technical building of the motion picture.
No Dutch angles.
Yeah, like
the only Dutch angles in Alim's life are the angles he's in when he's fucking Dutch women.
That'd be really.
That
bad.
was a reach. You talking about my joke?
Yeah,
that was a fucking reach.
Here's the thing. It was a reach for my ego.
You've
never once made a god awful joke for my ego,
and I won't.
Because you're not a good friend.
No, I have no respect.
I have a podcast only relationship.
I know what he wants.
I have a high respect for you. I can do better than that.
I have a high respect for him. That's why I stroke his ego every now and again. He needs it.
I hate myself.
He puts himself down hard. Way too much for how cool he
Dutch
is.
women do sound sexy whenever you say it like that, though.
Yeah, that's a hell of a bar. It's low key a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a roundabout way to get. It was a very Christopher way to get there.
I got tired on the way there.
How dare you?
But you got there.
I thought it was good. Granted, my time dilation's kicking in pretty hard, so I don't know how long it took me, but I felt like it took a reasonable
That was
amount
a
of time.
solid, like,
Nah, you
2
were like
seconds.
1 second past, like, you know what I mean? Like, you should have got there slightly quicker.
you need a good rhythm to it.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Like,
my
blah, blah,
time
blah, blah,
dilation's
blah, blah.
kicking in. You know what I mean?
No
so
way.
what the fuck am I talking about?
There's no way you're just gonna
I think we
spend
should just refer
3
to me
minutes.
as judgment
You
since
know,
I'm the only one not
it's a
under the
placebo
influence.
thing.
That's true. That shit's crazy. That like social chameleon shit that you can do.
Autism?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because, like, I will not do any... I won't drink, I won't smoke, I won't do any edibles. I'll be totally sober. Like, had been sober for a week. There's no residual anything in my system.
Yeah.
And if I'm hanging out with a bunch of people who are drunk, or if I'm hanging out with a bunch of people who are high, I will, like, start to get in the vibe of how they're talking.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
evolve, like you say, autistically. Like I say, chameleon. Like, I'm, like, a social chameleon. I try and, like, adapt to the situation. If everyone's acting high and silly and goofy, I can be totally sober and I'm going to try and get in that zone.
Hell yeah.
And
Fun
I did
fact,
that for years before I ever did it.
It took me drug usage to like have a greater understanding of our body's natural chemicals. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when I was growing up and stuff, especially as a possible autist and absolute ADHDer and, you know, overall miserable, depressed teen angst fuck. But
I think that was all of us.
Yeah, no, 100%. What was killing? Fuck, I almost lost it.
All
I'm
of
trying
the
to
three of
overexplain
us.
it.
Sorry.
There's times in my like for example, like when I was younger, like I've always been fascinated by lights, and I'm from the north, so like lights are like a really big deal, like cities at nighttime and stuff like that. But like as I get older, I realize that something about looking lights gives me like serotonin, like it gives me like a rush, it gives me a longing for the greater aspects of existence. It gives me this taste of the whimsical nature of the fantasy that is reality, right? All in just looking at lights. Like ever since Creighton took away the lights from like his house, you know, he took down his Christmas lights and stuff, I don't get the same I would pull up and get magical feelings just off of the lights, right? But that's when I started to realize you know,
I don't really like these guys.
No. No, but like, you know, moments of like euphoria and stuff, things that like a lot of my like recreational drug use is based on the fact that like I've always been chasing this feeling of being happy, this idea of euphoria, right?
Called the dragon.
Yeah, you know, I love the dragon. I love Shenron in particular. You know, but after like doing, you know, uppers, down, all types of stuff, you know what I mean? Especially like something like Adderall that gives me like the go-go chemicals like I'm naturally missing and stuff like that. It made me start realizing like what works for me, because even when I'm not doing anything, even when I'm bone dry sober, I know what it feels like to get that. I'm overly familiar with what it feels like to get that surge of like what I need. You know what I mean? Like I can feel, okay, this is giving me good serotonin. Like this is nice. Like I need to capitalize on this feeling. Like I step outside, I take a deep breath, I look at the sun rising, and I'm like, okay, this kind of feels like drugs, which is nice. You know what I mean? Because prior to that, as silly as it sounds, like I didn't really have. I almost intellectualized everything about myself, so I didn't have a full blown grasp of like what every individual feeling was. You know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't really know what it was that was making me feel good or how to go about feeling good. You know what I mean? But something about doing drugs and getting access to these chemicals without like my natural barriers of entry, which are like existing as hard, allowed me to further hone in on like what it feels like to feel the things that I want to feel, by like artificially implementing them and then like mimicking that. So like I said all that to say that like sometimes like before I take an Adderall or like as soon as I take an extended release Adderall, I immediately feel the effects of Adderall, which is not possible because it hasn't kicked into my body.
Yeah, but you've been there before, so your brain is like, I'm going to fast forward to this zone so that when it kicks in, I'm already in the zone. Yeah. It doesn't freak me out.
Yeah, you know, so my body has like familiarized itself with like these zones like through usage. Because like that's the thing, like when I was younger, I didn't know why I was smoking so much weed. Yeah. I didn't know like why I was willing to like burn through a paycheck for weed. But then it's like as I've gotten older, it's like you are really like serotonin deficient. You really don't have dopamine pumping. So you're
real sad.
Yeah,
you're trying to not be so sad anymore.
And a lot of that, a lot of my lifetime has been like chasing these things. But as I've gotten older, I mean, for one, I probably need to be medicated. Jokes aside, but as I've gotten older.
We just never went to the fucking doctor.
No, that's literally what the fuck it is.
That's exactly what it is.
It's so bad, dude. Like, and I hate the education system for that because, like, the kids that were hyperactive but weren't getting good grades were the kids that were getting diagnosed. But because I could play the role as well as I could, nobody's thinking. Nobody's like, nah, this motherfucker has something. They're like, nah, he's a well-behaved kid. He talks a little too much sometimes. Yeah. He gets a little bored in class. He's advanced. He's smart. It's like, yeah, I am also not wired for any of this shit. And eventually I'm going to hit a very hard wall because I am actually I am not built for the way that like society goes. It's just at its earlier, easier stages, I could mindlessly adapt to it. And then one day you hit the brick wall of like adulthood. Like the pipeline for like undiagnosed neurodivergence into like the perceived burnout as an adult is like very important. Because I feel like if a lot of us had been told or informed or had been, you know, just
like, hey, your brain doesn't work like everyone else's.
Yeah, like the way, and that's okay. You're going to have to approach things differently. And if you approach things how everybody else does, you're going to hate yourself.
Knowing where you are is going to help you get out of the maze way faster than not knowing where you are.
Thank you. That's a long-winded way to say what Christopher said. You know what I mean? That's.
Yeah, I see the whole time I was thinking you're just learning yourself too. Like,
no, it's a lot of learning myself. But what kills me though is that like I've always known myself.
We had to go around our elbow to get to our ass to do it. Like fucking with him with a various amount of drugs, me with like weed, tripping, and hanging out with a bunch of people who did drugs and watching people go down these dark paths. And realizing like, oh shit, I'm one of these guys. Like, I would be right there with them, fucking up if I was doing what they're doing to the extent they're doing it. Not you.
No, I'm knowing. I'm
not saying who.
No, yeah, no, I get you.
But like the other people, and
I'm somewhere in between it. So like,
exactly.
You're not talking about me. Yeah, you're not talking about me.
When I did that a couple months ago, I had a really crazy trip on Delta 9, like by accident. That fucking roulette shot I was telling you about, and. Until I realized that I was tripping, I thought I was dying. Because I didn't know that I felt like I was in a new place mentally. And I don't like that. I like being in somewhat control. I can be pretty fucked up, but I know I've been there before, so I'm okay. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm going to be okay. I just got to coast. I got to ride out the part of this that's scary because I know I've been to this scary place before. I'll be okay. That day, I was so high, didn't realize I was tripping until my roommate said, I think you're tripping. And when he said that, the serotonin rush was so unbelievable. And then I was able to enjoy it because I've been there before. I've tripped hard. I know what it's like. So, and I know that I got out of that. I knew I was going to live. In that moment, with 2 days with no schedule, knowing I had 2 days to potentially enjoy, because that's my only frame of reference was every time I've done this, it lasted 2 days. So like knowing I was in that place again, I was like, oh, I get to do what I never get to do and enjoy this. I get to enjoy this thing that I know is about to happen for a couple days, and I did. It was unbelievable. It was like the 18 hours the actual trip part lasted was unbelievable. And then the day after was hilarious because I was just really giddy, like giggly high and had nothing to do. So I was just bothering my friends and telling them like how high I was, like going to Walmart and looking at stuff at Walmart. I was like, oh, cookies! Everything was fun. Everything was awesome. And you're able to enjoy that. But I'm learning that at 28. Yeah. Where a lot of people learned it in their teens. And for me, it's fun because I waited a long time to do it, so I know not only am I not going to die, like, I know it's fun. It's like, there's levels to this shit where it's sad and where it's like, you can enjoy it. Yeah. And I like bypassed a lot of the sad stuff by waiting, I think, and letting things develop.
100%.
And now I'm able to, now, granted, the couple times I go to those places I don't know about, that's scary. Going places you've never been before is scary when it happens for real. It's even scarier when you do it to your brain, and your brain is lost, and you're like a big meat muppet walking around at the control of something that you're not in control of.
Oh,
It's like watching someone else play a third person video game with you.
Yeah,
like they're controlling you. It's really scary.
I think but
it's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. There's no I'm not even gonna get into how like existence is a multi-layered thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like we're supposed to tap into other parts of it, and because a lot of the effects that we get from like whatever substances we use, like there's fucking Indian yogis that can do breathing exercises to achieve the same thing. So it's like we're really using alternative methods to reach what is natural states. You know what I mean? But to further double down on the whole like learning myself thing, that's what made it very like painful, because like I knew at a young age I fucked with gay people. Like you know what I mean? I knew that from the jump. Like I knew that I wasn't, and I knew that was okay.
The whole time I thought it was bad and was like on the side of homophobia in my mind. It was the same way I was kind of on the side of religion, in that they tell me I should be, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, but
type shit.
But there's something.
But I knew I was like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, you know.
Because at the same time I'm in school, and like the elementary school I went to was like super big about. We just talked civil rights. Jesus. And so we were taught that a lot more than apparently like Lancaster was taught. I didn't know. I came here in middle school and then high school. I didn't know that motherfuckers just weren't learning about the civil rights until high school.
What are you talking about? I learned about the civil rights like at an early age. Like,
well, I don't know.
Say like
I
first or second grade. We were talking
people
about
that we went to
Martin
school
Luther
with told me that whatever elementary school, it can't be every school. Because there are people that straight up didn't learn about it.
Yeah.
Like until they were like teenagers or adults.
We also overestimate people's like retention too. Like there's somebody that was in the same class he was learning it and didn't learn it, while Creighton was advanced enough at his age to like comprehend what he was being told.
I'll tell you what that part was like for me. By the way, my favorite musician, Stevie Wonder.
Okay, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Anyways,
when I got to middle school, like no one knew who Ruby Bridges was.
Which is
insane. Okay.
Insane to me.
That I don't think that I don't know that one.
Ruby Bridges.
You still don't know that one?
Like you as a 30-year-old, you don't know who Ruby Bridges.
You told me who that is before.
Ruby Bridges was the first black person to be integrated into a white school.
Okay, so I probably knew that. I didn't know the name.
And she's get this, still alive.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Even crazier, not decrepit.
Yeah, like
not decrepit, like
active, like
can fucking dance, can roll.
It like does stuff.
Yeah, like we're talking like somebody's like relatively young grandma, like not somebody's withered grandma, but like
the grandma who can still like go to fucking Disneyland and not need a walker or like a chair.
The grandma that cleans her own house still. You know what I mean?
We're not friends with Ruby Bridges, but like I'm pretty sure we're right.
Like,
I think she gets around. I think she walks around still.
Yeah, and even
10 years ago she was still very.
And that's what I was just about to get at. Like if perchance 10 years since, because I'm pretty sure like 2013.
It's been a minute since I looked up Ruby Bridges.
It came into my head like, because somebody was like, Ruby Bridges is like still alive, and I'm growing up thinking that like I'm learning about like Anne Frank from
ancient history.
Anne Frank from Black. Which fun fact, Anne Frank, Martin Luther King Jr. born the same year.
Really?
Yes,
that's crazy.
No, right? Anne Frank isn't even as like a big part of like better yet, there's plenty of colored pictures of the civil rights movement, but it's propaganda that has in black and white.
Why?
So because the further away you feel.
Why? Did you ask why?
No. Well,
it's like the most obvious allegory in the history of time.
I mean, I guess I just want to know. Like, I'm asking questions. Yeah.
No, because like, all right,
she's 70. Damn, she looked good for 70.
No, let's see what
Ruby
show
Bridges
me.
looks good at 70.
God, she looks. Oh my God,
she looks like 70. 40. I mean,
she looks 45.
That might not be at 70 years old exactly, but like if that's even in the last 10 years, she looks great.
She looks incredible.
Damn, Skippy.
Anyways, my first experience with all of this.
Black people?
No.
I'm sorry.
Learning about civil rights. I remember learning about it in first grade. And, like, not really understanding, like, there was a civil rights movement and there was Martin Luther King who led it. That's what they teach you in the first grade. But I think the curriculum's different than because he learned way more details that stuck with him.
Damn.
Does that make sense?
You guys have this. It's definitely a watered down curriculum.
Yeah. So I remember learning about that, and then like what you said, feeling like it was a really long time ago, until like you see it happen in front of you, and then you're like, oh, like, you know, because it's subtle, you know, about the especially
Tell me all about it.
Yeah.
Hey, I got some stories about your neighbors. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I'm just talking about when I first started noticing it. You know, because
one day you're just kind of like, that person treated that person different than they would have treated me.
Yes.
And then that person not only did that, but it's supposed to be an inside thing that and I'm supposed to be in on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to be in on it.
Yeah.
I've had girls that like were, what's the word I'm looking for? Notoriously known for. Man, it's so
just
hard.
Say the bad thing.
They be fucking black guys, right?
Yeah.
But like have had cop interactions. They've told me about where like a cop like shows up, you know, for whatever reason, doesn't have to be this extensively bad racial related reason.
Yeah.
But has had a cop, you know, supposed to be this figure of justice. Don't get me started on that. And it has literally told this girl like, hey, you know, you really like shouldn't be around them. Like,
that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Real cat, like, mind you, wouldn't say this shit in front of me or my niggas.
Oh, no.
But like when we're out of earshot, and that's the thing that sucks, right? Because that's when you get into this whole like the scarecrow arguments and the boogeyman of racism, because it's like you have to live a life. You don't want to live your life like that's a constant interaction going on around you. But hypothetically, before I fucking totaled my car, I could leave here before you guys, and you guys could say some funky shit that I wouldn't know about on the other. You know what I mean? Because across like social lines, across like you know what I mean? Just something as simple
like
as
saying them.
Yeah, them, or just something as simple as being like, you know, like, man, Liam's like definitely one of the cool ones. Yeah. That's something you guys can casually fucking say.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Definitely.
Definitely, I've seen that happen a million times.
Christopher.
Like for sure, that's definitely
and that's what I'm saying. So like, you have somebody that's hyper aware of that reality while trying their best to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and not live my life on defense. But I know that it's that easy. It's that easy. It's that easy.
Culture is in such a spot that like everyone's on that defense now. Like if a white dude knows he's gonna hang out with a bunch of black dudes, he's like, I gotta not say anything fucked up.
For sure.
Like definitely, and like same. And it
but see, I feel like
there's Crane going. No, I go to say the most fucked up shit.
Like I try to say the fucked up.
I actually charge up when I find out the black guys.
Saying,
I think I'm gonna be in a room with a bunch of black guys. I just can't
that's
wait.
Where
to
we
fuck
up. Like you don't need to walk on eggshells.
You don't
for any reason.
Yeah. No, I agree, and that's definitely something that like is like discernible as like black guy in the room. Like I've been the black, like you guys know it. Like not even being funny, you guys can picture how this room can be scaled. I've been the one white dude, the one black dude, never been the one white dude. I mean,
you've been the whitest guy in the room.
Chill the fuck out. I mean, I have, unfortunately, but that's a genetic thing.
Listen.
I know.
By the way, my favorite.
Tell me about it.
My favorite president.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, but like I've been the one black guy in a predominantly like white space, right? So I've heard like not only like the
Bro, my favorite baseball player ever, Barry Bonds.
Oh, not Jackie Robinson.
Nah, man.
He's actually he kind of fucked up the game.
Yeah, honestly, he let them in there, man. That's crazy.
Oh man.
But I say that to say that like I've been the one black guy in the room, right? And it kills me because it's several things, right? And we talk.
You've been that with us.
Yeah, you talk about like mind you, in larger
not
scales.
Literally right now.
No, but
like
in larger scales,
in lots of groupings,
and it kills me because it doesn't kill me, but it's like because fundamentally I am Aline Dawson, the soul before anything, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in a room with my people, right? These are people I fuck with, right? But then it's like it's not something I'm not aware of, and then what's more so is like I agree with Creighton that like it shouldn't be a walk on eggshells thing, but like people underestimate how much I've studied interaction. So like I know when somebody's pandering to me. I know when somebody's saying something they wouldn't say if I wasn't around. I know that you don't like that rap song that much. I know that I know you don't dance like that in front of Graham. You know what I mean? I'm aware of that, but then at the same time, because that my fucking biggest curse and gift is absolutely perspective. Because I also try to be considerate, where I'm kind of like, it's not unlikely, especially being in the South, that like they might not be around black people very often, right? Not knocking them. Not everybody has a Quentin in the clip, right? You know what I mean? Not everybody comes from backgrounds like you guys and has the wherewithal and the human capacity to just make friends along the way. And what they look like and what they are comes secondary to like spirit. You know what I mean? I'm not an overly religious guy, but like we're all connected by the soul very much. Like we're kindred.
Well, I'm not friends with ugly people.
Yeah, no, I'm sexy as all fuck. It's all hell. We're all great looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All my friends are sexy as fuck. Just like you want to keep the best looking ones right there. You know what I mean? Right at your face.
I do be looking at my life and my friends as like a game of D&D where it's like everybody, even people who might be like arguably ugly, like even talk about ugly, like these people I have in my life that aren't maybe not in shape or maybe not be like unbelievably physically in great shape.
The way I'm just assigning people we both know to all of them.
Oh, yeah. Look, they have details about them.
If me and you are thinking the same thing, my mind went right away to
but
that person.
But all those same people have details about them that are incredibly... that are incredibly like they're very unique in the thing that makes them who they are, and that's why I think they become a cast in our story. Yeah, because like, man, I think I talked about it last time. I've been suffering hard from like thinking about how we're not NPCs and like how 90% of people are NPCs. I've been walking around just people watching like a motherfucker for 2 weeks.
That's creepy. Like, you just fucking walk in coffee shops, always staring at you like.
Well, not like staring, but like I've been really paying a lot of
He's
attention.
pretending to read. He's like, got the eyes.
That's not what I mean. I mean going to Walmart, going places and just seeing how people interact in the same world that I interact in. It's wild to me how so many people are just like on autopilot, turned off, not like doing anything with their day and their time.
But like you gotta think about it too, like how many times are you in autopilot? Because I guarantee you, especially as you're driving and shit more, you're not fucking paying attention to every little thing that's happening around you.
No, but I'm in deep thought.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. My brain
doesn't stop.
That's what I'm saying though. Like you're in deep thought, but that doesn't mean that. I mean that deep thought can come off as autopilot.
Okay, well I guess what I'm trying to say is what is deep thought to me. It's never happening to these people. Does that make sense? You're nodding your head.
I don't know.
Like.
I don't know. I mean, like, look, okay, so
I talk to these people, man. I talk to people.
I get it.
And someone will talk to me, and they will talk for 20 minutes, and they have nothing to say.
I will defend
don't say anything in 20 minutes.
Which is something he knows because he's worked with the public in a professional manner for the last several years across various careers.
I will defend the mundane all fucking day long because here's the thing.
Well, I think they have it better than us.
You
defending the mundane's a bar.
You look into people's eyes and there's shit going on in there. You know what I mean? Like they might not be able to
articulate it.
Articulate it as well as we can articulate it. Or maybe we're just not talking to them in the right setting. You know? Yeah. I mean, like, think about some guy that sees you on the street just staring at him. Like, they're like, what the fuck's up with that?
Again, I don't think... You know what I mean? I think you're catching these words wrong. I'm not staring at people. I'm just...
No, but you know what I'm saying, though. Like, they're going to walk by you and think the same thing. They might not know how to say it as well as you're saying it. Yeah. But they're like, damn, like, this dude's just in this coffee shop all day. Does he even have a job? You know what I mean? They might be like, this dude's in this coffee shop all day typing away on his laptop. What novel is he writing?
Yeah,
is that? Sure. You know what I mean? Or, who does he work for? What does he do,
Yeah, no, I think you're right about those. Those are all very normal things to think.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, you're saying nothing's, they're NPCs. Which, I mean, I don't know that they're not. Well, they could be, and I'm just really stupid.
So to double down and devil's advocate of it all, NPCs are programmed, right? Yeah. So like NPCs have dialogue in video games, right? They have interaction.
They're non-playable characters.
So like, so what you're saying, like, and don't get me wrong, there's absolutely like the I don't want to call them shadow NPCs, but like the NPC lookalikes. Like there's absolutely main characters that exist as NPCs or come off as NPCs. Seem like they're not like
Luke Skywalker. Dude could have been a fucking NPC, like, for real. He's like, is this a lightsaber? And then it goes through his eye.
Like, yeah, you know what? No, exactly. That verbatim. But I feel both of you guys are coming from. What I wanted to double down though, because I actually like tried to say it like 3 different times.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No. As far as discovering myself,
God, it's just making me crazy. Okay,
that's making crazy. Look at this.
Hey, chill
fucking wild shit, dude. Ted could eat that.
First of all,
sorry, it was a pretzel. I picked up a
Give me them pretzels,
little
by the way.
half-eaten pretzel.
Don't knuckle on me. I'm asking for pretzels.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go.
What were you trying to say 3 times? Now 4.
when Creighton was like, it sounds like you were like discovering yourself or like learning yourself. Learning myself has been a very painful experience because like a lot of the stuff that people consider deep or like even levels of empathy and human thought that take people like lifetimes to arrive to. Like sometimes you'll talk to an older
It's
guy.
like surface level shit.
Yeah, you'll realize like a motherfucker didn't feel empathy until they were like 37. Yeah, I mean they'll tell you this crazy long-winded.
If they've even felt it yet.
If they've even felt it yet, right? But so I've always had this greater understanding while completely missing the simple understanding. Yeah, I mean like to a T. And this isn't even being funny. My mother verbatim, because like if you hear my mother talk about me, you would think she's talking about the third coming of Christ. I mean, my God, that woman loves me. And like I mean, I had to meet advanced kids as an adult to realize my mom wasn't lying about the stuff she said I did as a kid, right? Because I was like, Mom, like I get it, like I'm your progeny, like it's cool, but like there's no way I was doing stuff like that. And then I meet the little kids that are doing stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, maybe I was. But something
maybe I was really sick.
Yeah, like I
not sick as in disease, sick as in dope.
I ran before like I walked. Like I did it. Like I went straight as soon as I could stand up, I just took the fuck off. And I did that over and over again. And walking is something like I reverse engineered towards. Right?
You were like good at shit right away every time.
Something like that. But like I've always been really good at the overly complicated shit, but abysmally horrible at the simple shit.
Yep.
Like something as simple as like it took me all these years to
That's
realize
ADHD in its
For
absolution.
No, for 100%.
By the way, my favorite blind man.
Oh
Ray
my
Charles.
fucking
You had
God.
Stevie Wonder. You could have used him twice. You could have used the same guy as both things and
listen.
truly been racist.
No, I'm not gonna do
And
it.
then they're interchangeable on both, like
Yeah.
on both accounts. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's very much learning myself, but learning myself always felt like weird because I'm like I can understand everybody's motivations in this room based off very mental. Did I say something? Like
No, I
Sorry,
something-
I would need to change my answer. My favorite blind man is the
Good job,
James
though.
Earl Jones in The Sandlot. That's my favorite blind man.
He's over here like actually saying shit.
I know.
You gotta hold these.
Listen,
You can't use them yet.
Listen, I've tried to
said
hold
weird.
it in. I didn't go with the first one. I'm saving the first one. I thought
He
for
said
last.
weird people, and my first thought was you gotta find a way to say that your favorite weird person's in orbit. Like you just gotta, but like that was my thing that made me laugh. But you wait,
No,
you gotta wait. There's
you're riding
timing.
my fucking coattails. Let me do my thing.
Let me be racist all alone.
whole time I'm trying to have like this like therapeutic
Yeah.
release among
No, I'm here
I'm
for
really
it.
talking to my guys. I'm like, yeah, bro, like I've really like doubled down on why existence has been so hard for me my whole life.
know that James Earl Jones
Oh,
was blind in a movie?
And it's so embarrassing because like I watch people around me like figure out things or come to conclusions or learn things that I figured out like at a very early age, but I couldn't figure out why the fuck I wouldn't clean my room.
Exactly.
I couldn't figure out why like I'd have the crippling inability to do shit for days at a time. It took me till last year to realize I deal with mania a lot. Like I get
Yeah.
very fucking manic more often than I like to the point where now like if I'm confident, I need to double check myself and make sure I'm not manic because I almost have a direct correlation between like if you guys ever see me acting how I look, like check on me. Like if I'm ever behaving as good as I look, check on me because I'm fucking manic. And part of my manic snap is like I spent all this time feeling ugly and acting ugly and being little and acting weird. But first of all, I'm better than half of you fucks. You guys are dicks. Half of you are touching children, so I'm clearly better than you guys. You know what I mean? I just get into this like fucking bag where I come for everything that I'm owed to myself. And it creates this like nuclear fission and blase. It's really hard being a good looking intellectual. It's really hard. It's really hard having access to a lot of women. Like nobody wants to talk about that, but like women like throwing themselves at you or women falling for you easily or like getting pussy is like low key one of the worst vices you can have.
I think the root to all that, genuinely, is just it's really hard being intelligent. More than all the other things added to it. All the other things added to it, sure, but if you're unaware that that is one of the elements that is helping you, all those other things, and all you think is it's your intelligence, that's all you need. And being fundamentally intelligent, you understand why things go wrong way faster than other people do. And so other people are making mistakes just thinking that's what you're supposed to do, and you know why it's happening And when you try and tell it and they don't understand, it makes you the bad guy. So all this negative energy is coming at you for just understanding how shit's happening. You and like because of that, you are feeling way more like bad negative energy come at you than anyone else because they do a bad thing or a dumb thing and it just bounces off their psyche because they're not seeing it as a thing they're doing wrong. They just see it as a consequence of something they did, but they're not understanding that they're doing the thing badly and we do.
Yeah, and myself
not to
too.
try and be like some
but
one of the smart people,
and also and myself though, like because like that, but less so other people because I'm really kind about letting people like do their fucking thing, but it's because like I am both parts of that. I'm the person being aware, and I'm the person making the fucking mistakes, right? Yeah. But then like I'm making the mistakes, and I can never just make a mistake. Because I understand how it happened, where it went wrong. There's moments where like I'm in the pilot seat or like right next to the pilot seat, like, oh, this is crashing. And like the average human is like, oh, it happens. And it does happen. That is the thing. We fuck up in our story on our way to wherever we're going. But I cannot allow myself the normalcy of fucking up because of my level of awareness. But at the same time, I can't stop fucking up. Yep. So it's just like... And
it's self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing too. More than anything, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's like, yeah, I mean, like if I was half of what I look like, or half as smart as I was, like in presentation or like in existence, it would all be like much better. You know what I mean? But yeah, all this was a long-winded, and my bad for blabbing. It's just we get a lot of dead space sometimes, so I'm like, if I can hit a good little yap session, I will.
We have dead space.
If I can find a solid vein while I'm mining, like I'm gonna keep mining it.
And I can always mine like the what's wrong with me vein.
I tell you what was like my kind of like journey through that, like what you're describing emotionally. Also polygamy, dude. Like you had all these women throwing at you. Just fucking be like, all right, I'm a polygamist.
How does that happen?
Sorry, I thought that would be helpful. The wrong thing. I thought it would be helpful.
No. For reference though, the love of my life, who will never speak to me again, literally was like, Liam, if you're fucking she was like, if you're polyamorous, just say that so the rest of us can goddamn figure out what we do and don't want to go about ourselves. But it's like I'm not polyamorous. I have perspective, which makes it very hard.
Have you ever
to, like,
experimented with it?
Stop. No,
not in Maine.
All I'm saying is,
that's not what he was calling it.
Listen.
He was just fucking.
Not what she called it.
All I'm saying is know thyself, and I'm not saying you're polyamorous, but you're saying you got all these women.
Okay,
try it.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, try it. That's all I'm saying. I haven't tried it, but I knew I didn't want that shit. Anyways,
so funny.
My journey of like self-discovery was so I don't know if you've ever or listened to where we talked about I had anorexia growing up. Like
that's crazy.
So my my parents got divorced, and my grandfather passed away, and then my dog also got like very like
By the way,
severely.
My favorite anorexic was Prince.
severely.
Anyway.
Severely injured all around the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like 8.
Yeah.
7, 8 years old.
First steps into consciousness.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks.
Yeah. And I've always like death has played a prominent part of like my life pretty much the whole way up, Okay. But what my psyche's reaction to that was I developed like this really severe anxiety. So like I wouldn't eat shit. Like I choked on an apple around this time. And that fear... No, look, I'm being serious. This is the thing.
It's just so funny. It's like when Louis C.K. says he took such a big shit in the hallway as a little kid that, like, he activated. Like, my idea is, so I choked on an apple and I just kind of came to. Right. That was my beginning. That's where I showed up mentally.
I was already coming along mentally, but, like, choking on this apple, like, just kind of developed this fear in me of choking at that time.
Eating.
Of eating, yeah. Like, I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't swallow pills. I wouldn't, like... Because I had to take... right around that time, also, I got diagnosed with ADHD. So, like, 5 or 6 big life-changing shit happened in the span of maybe, like, 12 months. And, like, I developed this fear of choking. And, we had to take... I had to take Concerta at the beginning of it. And that's a little pill, like, probably about this big. I wouldn't swallow it. I was scared to death I would choke on it. like terrified. And it was like that from the time I was 8 all the way up until I was 12. And the only things I would really eat were some soups, some ice cream I would eat, and like anything that wasn't like mashed potatoes, anything you really didn't have to chew or couldn't get choked on. Like that's what I would eat. And it got so bad. Like I remember looking at my arms and my wrist and like seeing this bone at the edge of your wrist and like looking in the mirror and just seeing my ribs. And like it was bad. But what helped me to kind of get over that was we went to therapist after therapist for so many years. And we went to this one up in Charlotte that was like, well, why don't you try a group therapy thing? And I had to go to this special ward in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I don't remember what the hospital's name is or anything like that. But we flew out there, and I had to stay up there by myself for 2 weeks in the middle of February in like 8th grade. Or no, 7th grade.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I'm like 12 years old by myself up there for... You couldn't have anything. You couldn't contact family or anything like that. It was like prison almost. You had like 1 phone call or 2 phone calls a day, and it was off like the old like landline phone, you know. So, I remember my first day in there. Like, my mom left, walked down the hallway, like through these closed doors that were like locked. You couldn't get out of them. And then we had like dinner. So like the way the ward was set up, there was like a big dining room and living room area with like an outside patio area, and then you had this hallway with 4 rooms on the left, and they were all like your dormitories where you'd stay, and they had classrooms on the right, and it was just this hallway for 2 weeks. And the first time we had like dinner, there was this girl that comes into the room, and I don't remember what her name was, but she had like this feeding tube going down her nose. She had a feeding tube going down like her nose and into her stomach, so that because they couldn't get her to eat, so just have a bag. And they were like, "This is like kind of what will happen to you if you aren't able to eat. Like if we can't get you to eat, we're gonna have to like keep you have nutrition some kind of way."
I was about to say neutronize.
Neutronize. Yeah, I was gonna say neutronize. I was like, that's not a word. Ted just fucking...
Scared of shell.
Yeah, scared to shell, Charlie. Now he's scared of cats.
That's not good.
Anyways, he's scared of pussy.
You gotta let... You gotta let it just...
You gotta let it breathe, man.
Yeah, man. You can't...
Look, it's like boom, boom, boom. And I'm talking about like emotional story, so it's like immediately just gonna be like...
Imagine this scene.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Imagine the scene in a comedy, like the guy
Yeah.
doesn't know his bubble, and he says, "You gotta let it breathe, like the pussy." Am I right, fella? Like trying to like double down.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like as I get older, I really be wanting to like not make movies, but just be in really good movies. Like I would love to be in a really good
Comedy.
Yeah,
I want to be in a
just-
good comedy.
like the way
scene.
Adam Sandler's like Big Daddy feels. Like I
Yeah.
want a movie like
Yeah.
that. But go on.
Oh, so
We can
anyways,
make
that moment of seeing her and knowing I don't want that fucking tube going down my throat, was kind of like the completion. Like those 4 years were like me coming online in a way of how do I express it? Like an understanding like what real fear is and the power like your mind has over your body, and how to overcome that. And like I'm not gonna
You
lie,
tackled your fear way earlier than most people did.
right? And once you get
Like
through
knowing
that,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
You didn't just
And
do
being
that
that-
like by accident.
Yeah.
You realized early, I need to have dominion over my own fear.
and being that close to death, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had never went, I probably would have died. I mean, because your body can't live like that, especially
Yeah.
growing like up like that. Like those are very formative years of your development. But just that realization of like, this is what fear is. This is what it does to you. This is how you need to control it. And that though they gave me the tools of how to do that.
You know what's crazy?
What?
From 8 to 12, I ate pretty regularly, and you wound up 6 inches taller than me. That's so fucking.
Well, no, you should see my brother. My brother's like 2 inches taller than me, and I think I lost.
Enormous.
I think I lost those 2 inches in those years. You know, I could have been taller.
No, I could have been 6'5". Fuck you, Craig. Fuck you. I eat like hell.
It's crazy. Like it is.
Yeah, but you're also a good size. Like
I'm not. I mean, sure, but it's
yeah,
just
okay.
like-
So if you're not, I'm awful. Suck a dick. All
That's
right,
not what I'm saying.
have.
I'm saying
That's what I'm saying.
The food isn't the thing doing it to us. It's all genetic. I eat I eat more than him. I eat a lot of food.
But every challenge since then, is just reminding me of that. Like the power to overcome your shit is inside you. You know what I mean? And you might not see it right away, but you can figure shit out. I mean, even if it's not something readily available to me, I could like put some shit together and figure it out. And like that's just been my mindset going forward. Because you listen to like a lot of these like documentaries, like Vince McMahon, for instance, tragic childhood, never talks about it. He's like, fucking bottle that shit up, throw it behind you. That's not what matters. What's in front of you is what matters. But I think he misses something.
There's something to unpack there because that's
yeah.
That's not it.
Terrible, not a great example.
That's
but I mean,
not
there
an
are
example.
people that deal with shit like that. Is my point, and like that is a way to go about it and find success in that. But are you like fulfilled? You know what I mean? Because you can climb the mountain all day long, but if you don't appreciate where you're at, it's hard for me to find.
You're on the precipice of saying something great.
It's hard to.
And you just don't know how.
It's hard to. It's hard to find the motivation for me to keep going if you don't appreciate where you're at.
That's better.
Yeah.
That would definitely be on a poster.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
like a fourth
that
grade
should be
class.
right next to the International Coalition of Pussy Eaters. Yeah, a bumper sticker.
ICOPE. Come on, say what it calls.
ICOPE, right next to ICOPE. ICOPE, and you can't appreciate where you are if you don't know where you came from.
That's not even what you said.
It's sort of what you said.
Can't keep going if you don't know where you've been.
Nope, still not what you said. You're talking about being in the place presently. You
Can't appreciate where you are if
You don't look around. Something like that.
something.
You
The grass is greener on the other side.
Solid edible, huh?
By the way, my favorite TV personality,
Oh my fucking Steve fucking Harvey.
Oprah Winfrey.
I mean,
But yeah,
Steve Harvey.
I fought with all that, man. I always hope too that you know that like, what's the words I'm looking for? Because I don't think it's like on purpose, but like I always hope that like you understand that like I know these things.
What do you mean?
Like because I you know, all right, so like the end of all that is like, you know, you can't get where you're going if you don't appreciate where you are, right? So like,
Yeah.
I never know if you're like Lean needs to hear that.
Okay,
No.
yeah,
What your story
Alim's about
was.
to do something. Alim's about to spend 5 minutes trying to say he's smarter than anyone else is. And
Yes.
You're never going to
Listen,
surprise him with your
listen.
knowledge.
Listen.
That's what he was.
I
that's what
wasn't
he's trying
saying.
to say.
I wasn't saying that for Alim. It's just he was talking about his journey, and that made me think of mine.
Yeah.
And
The whole
so,
time you were
know,
talking, he was like, "This motherfucker thinks I don't know."
Listen.
That's what he's trying to
My
say.
point was I can't let him have the spotlight, so I was like, let me dig up some tragic shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Exactly. Look, you're both the same. One's just paler than the other. You're both doing the same shit. You both know the same shit. There's nothing unique about either of you. You're both living the same life.
In my head, the whole time I was talking, I was like, how can I top this shit? I was like, dig deep, Craig. Dig deep. Tear it up a little bit. You know?
There was a second I thought he was going to cry. No shit. Did you hear it? Did you hear it for a second? Yeah, you heard it. Alim's nodding and crying.
Oh my fucking god.
But yeah, anyway, top that.
Top that, you pussy. Oh, I'm Alim. I'm black. I moved from the north. I'm in the south.
That sounds like the start of a sitcom. Like a mid-90s.
Man, that's the theme song to the Jeffersons.
Was it Prince of Bella? Is it
Fresh Prince
Fresh
of
Prince?
The fact that
Wow.
you guys have that on
That's
stand,
crazy.
You're not American.
That's
Listen,
really not.
listen,
It's crazy because
listen.
I was like thinking about
Oh, wait,
the song
wait,
last night
wait,
and
wait,
singing it. Like
wait,
I was
wait.
singing it in a way where I was like, I can't believe for how long it's been since I've seen an episode that I know the entire song still.
Yeah.
It's not even close. It's one of those like never leaves your brain songs.
Yeah,
Listen,
no,
I have been drinking, so I knew Prince of Bel Air was right, but I was like, I'm fucking this up somewhere. And Fresh Prince was right.
I thought you were about to say like Prince of Persia or some shit. Like,
Listen, listen. By the way,
Fans of time.
That was such a good game.
my favorite sitcom.
That was such a good game.
My favorite sitcom, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh my! I don't think so. I actually don't.
You're right.
I feel like you're not.
You could have said Family Matters, and I would have let you
Here's
slide.
Here's the thing. This is the first time tonight I haven't believed you.
No. My favorite one, Sanford and Son.
Oh my god, that one's extra black. But
Pretty black.
pretty fucking.
That's
black.
the blackest sitcom ever.
Oh my god, no man.
My
It's
favorite
blackish.
movie, After Earth.
You're so annoying for that.
And that's such a bad movie.
That's such a bad movie.
Such
It's
a
not-
dog shit
There's
movie.
so many great black movies. And that's not even a black movie. It's a movie with two black guys in it. That's like a terrible...
Oh, that movie's so fucking.
You should have
bad.
been like, my favorite movie, The Help, or something about civil
Whoa,
rights. Like, you
okay.
had so many...
The Help?
During February.
That might be taking a little bit too far. I just love the first half of The Help. Like, what the fuck? That's fucked up for you to say, Charlie.
Wait, what?
No, it's just.
The way you framed it, it
It's
sounds
always
like
so funny the layers of like social awareness and how like some social awareness is eggshells, because speaking with quote unquote reckless abandon, great example, but also like why would you talk about a movie called The Help while talking to somebody that's descendant of The Help? Yeah, I mean, and then
That's
even
the
say
whole point, is his joke.
No,
leaving
you
you to
you
it.
don't see the other level of it. The other level of it is like it comes all the way back around, back to like. Oh man! Oh
man, dude, we're either all like some of the best humans or just a fucking group of degenerates.
You-
I mean,
Is it
it's
still
definitely
going-
a mixed
hey, wait,
bag.
wait. Hold on.
We're definitely all three, both things.
Is it still going over your head? Like,
For sure.
oh,
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's hilarious.
No idea.
So you explain it, Craig.
okay. So like, I think it's funny. I think it's funny because it just sounds like. It sounds like you're like a
I'm
fan.
going to cut you off right there. I'll let you explain it.
No, because so what I tried to explain was like my perspective, because this is the awkward moment where it's like maybe nobody was on the same page.
I don't think anyone
I thought it was
was.
funny because it sounded like you was being racist.
No, and I think it's funny because you can't say The Help without sounding racist. You know what I mean? Like, no, I know it's a,
Yeah.
No,
we
I
get,
agree.
we
It's a
get-
great movie.
That's what makes it even funnier because you're coming out from like it's a good movie.
And, like you're making a very genuine statement that completely applies to the situation, but abstract of all that, like a white dude telling a black dude that his favorite movie is The Help is fucking egregious.
It'd be
Oh,
like,
see, okay, this is more misunderstanding than anything. I was using that movie as a placeholder for him saying After Earth. I was like, that should have been the movie, a civil rights movie.
He still
should
doesn't
have been
get it.
about. That's what I'm saying.
It's just three autisms in a fucking
Yeah,
in
I
a
don't
fucking
know.
mason jar.
look, no,
Just shake it.
this is how you do that.
Try to
joke.
get the bugs in the jar to fight. We're just shaking it.
This is how you do that joke. Yeah. My favorite movie is 12 Years a Slave.
Oh my fucking god!
See, and that's what I was saying he should have done, because that would have
Nobody should have done that at all.
Obviously, no one should do it. The whole joke is he shouldn't have said any of this shit. The whole day, everybody's so Oprah Winfrey's my favorite fucking host. All of it's bad. Yeah, clearly. He finally did one that just didn't even make sense. After Earth, it's not even good. It's a terrible example of that. He had decent examples the whole time, at least, for his terrible racist jokes
Oh man!
that were funny
Hey.
because of the content.
Hold on, hey, you know my favorite mid-80s comedian?
Oh God, here we go.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
There you go.
Oh god!
At least this time we saw that one.
Yeah, because
Out of all of them, we never known where he's going.
Look, Loki, actually, I'm not lying on that one. He's pretty great. He's pretty fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
sure.
Yeah, Raw's
You're
pretty
revolutionary for that mindset. You fucking idiot. Name another comedian from the 80s.
What's his name that's in Bad Boys? Martin
Lawrence.
yeah. Was he 80s or was he 90s?
I'm sure he was doing comedy in the 80s.
Yeah.
But that's not...
You know my favorite 90s comedian? Chris Rock. Hey, you know my favorite skit show?
It's
Living Color.
Are you fucking dunce?
Oh, can you believe they
Is
canceled
it,
it?
have we
That's
finally
wild.
gotten to the part where you're just going to do 9 of these in a row?
No.
Instead of us talking
I
and then you
thought
coming
of
up with
some
them as we go?
Listen, I thought of some, and now we can get back to regular conversation. When I think of some more, I'll stop us.
Dude, we'll have the greatest flow state in podcast history. Yeah. I mean, it's miraculous how we can and then we'll just hit one of these.
Listen, this can be a recurring thing all this month. I hope you know this. I'm just gonna.
Why this month? Every episode recorded in February, he tells you his favorite black people.
You know what I should do? The next time we have a guest on, I'm just gonna be like, here, like read these off at random points during the podcast, and act like it's all natural.
This would have been unbelievable if Sterling had been here.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Don't even say that. You're spitting in my face right now. I'm just you haven't met Sterling. Sterling's hilarious. But, like, one of my ongoing jokes with him is, like, I'll tell him...
Sterling's a ripped black man.
Yeah.
Just so
he'll say something that sounds a little gay, and, like, I have a chart for his sexuality, and, like, heterosexuality's up here, or homosexuality's down here. Not this lesser.
He's riding a wavy line in the middle like this.
So every time he says something that sounds a little gay, I'm like...
Sterling be saying...
I had to dial it back some, because I was hitting that joke all the time, and I was like, I don't want to overplay it. So now it's like I bring it up once a year.
I might not be doing it justice. Once a year is an easy way for people to forget about it.
I know. It hits him fresh every time. He forgets. Black History Month's that month.
Oh, my fucking God. Oh, man. I promise they're good white people.
That's why Jerry Sandusky got away with it for so long.
You know who my favorite ripped dude is, though? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh, that was
crazy. That's a wild
what?
Well,
no, what?
You know what you did.
I wasn't on purpose. That really wasn't on purpose at all.
Ah, man.
I was trying to say, like, somebody
that wasn't black, but his name literally is borderline.
No,
that's
I wasn't.
Amazing.
I was going to say Sterling, and I was like, no.
No, the crazy thing is, like, he's being honest.
I know.
His subconscious couldn't help itself but to pull the only white guy in the world whose name is...
The Rock. I should have said The Rock.
The Rock?
The
black guy? the mixed guy? He's mixed. He has dad's blood. Rocky Johnson was a big, giant black guy.
Samoan.
His mother is Hawaiian. His father was Rocky Johnson.
The wrestler?
Yes.
He wasn't black, was he?
Pretty sure it's black guy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about The Rock's history to be having this conversation. And I've seen the action figure. He doesn't look like it. But, I mean, I don't know.
So what does he look like to you?
He looks Samoan. He looks like, he's on the island,
Damn. That's a wild way to say it. That's a wild word to use.
I can't believe that so many bad jokes led to such an epic accidental joke.
Yeah, because it was amazing if it was...
No, that's what I'm saying.
It
was like...
On purpose, it's just a mean, funny joke.
Yeah.
By accident, it's amazing. By accident, it's almost like a statistical anomaly.
There's movies that would literally spend at least 30 minutes to
setting
get to
that up.
to get to that. Like, that was like...
That's going to be redacted. They're like, who is it? Arnold who? Arnold Schwartz.
He did what to a who?
Dude, that's wild. He was fucking his housewife. And had like a whole other kid with her.
Yeah. His maid. He was fucking his
maid or what? No, what did I say? Housewife.
Housewife.
Housekeeper is what I meant to say. I said housewife.
I've got my housewife.
I've had a couple beers.
I've got my normal wife. I've got wives all over the place.
I've had a couple beers, but also that kid looks just fucking like him. You ever seen the kid?
I haven't. You had a couple beers and you were 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one's really strong. This one's
really strong. It's stronger than a beer.
Let me see that, man.
It says it's 6.6%. 6.0. I don't drink a lot these days.
I'm proud of you. I still smoke more than I
I'm feeling bloated like from that.
Here you go.
Anyways,
6%, not 6.6%.
Yeah, but I went from what's this one?
5.
I went a whole percent up.
Is it actually 5?
I don't know. Is it 5?
Damn.
I thought it was like 3. You have a can too.
I know, but like I was just kind of.
You have 2
hoping
cans.
You do the work.
Oh no, this is 4.7.
He's trying to get back at you.
5.
Yeah, it's from LaCrosse.
Not even, but that's really good.
It's from.
I just literally don't want to. And I assume all beer is 5.
Hey, who's your favorite guest that's been on?
Trey.
Trey, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I really.
Not for real?
Huh?
Not for real.
Well, Peru wasn't really. We could have Peru on as a guest.
My brother's more like an extension of me, though. Like,
Yeah, no, I understand.
that's really like we're each other's.
I really want him on.
He was great.
Way more podcasts.
Yeah.
No, he's amazing.
He's hilarious.
The thing that's funny too is like he like doesn't like quite get it. Like he knows he's different. He knows that he's like cool. He like.
We hasn't figured it out.
We talk about like being genuine and like.
Well, he's doing something no one else does. He's listening and waiting to speak. No one his age does that. No one our age.
We don't do that. Like we're doing. We're not doing
listen to you.
All three of us just interrupted each other in a row. You talked, I interrupted you. He talked, interrupting me. You talked, interrupting him. I did it again to you just now.
So for one, I have to because you guys really try to monopolize the vocal space, and I have the sexiest voice, so it gets a little annoying that I don't get to talk the most. So that's just me being petty in response. However, no, the boy's a genius. The boy is and what I like the most about my brother is that if you have the ability to like discern intelligence, you know what I mean? Like you'll realize how incredibly intelligent he is.
Yeah.
But I like that his like for example, like I can't help but talk a certain way. So like even an idiot's gonna be like, oh yeah, that dude's smart. He just used that fucking word. My brother, the way he talks is so unique. It's so cool. Hearing somebody that says scrimp and screet and stuff like that, but then also like
says like hyper intellectual ideas.
Yes,
and philosophy.
and it gives you this, you know, and it's obvious what it stands for, like without him meaning to stand for. But it's this idea that like it blurs.
It's Black History Month. Go, good, do it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just the intersectionalism of like intelligence and culture, and the idea that like, for example, like you got this is gonna sound dickheadish, but you guys being from here and being smart enough for us to talk how we talk is a big deal for me because I'm from the north and you guys really are 40 years behind down here. So like it's less likely. That's why I never really sucked my dick about it. I don't think I had any choice but to be kind of smart, absolutely open-minded. Like I have like I have evil lesbian grandmothers. My mother's been like openly pansexual.
What'd you say?
Evil lesbian grandmother.
Okay.
No, they're
Evil
awful
lesbian.
bitches. Like I don't fucking.
You have ELGs.
I have ELGs. Elgs.
I love acronyms, man.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Big fan. Yeah, ELGs.
That's literally like gonna be in our fantasy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That
It gives
sounds
like orc
derogatory
goblin.
when you say
No,
it.
it sounds like a slur for like a goblin or something.
Yeah.
Like how they talk about like fucking not Dweemer. Yeah, Dweemer in the Skyrim.
Muggles.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Straight up.
that just I don't know. The way you said that felt like there was an R in there somewhere. I heard muggler.
You somehow made Muggles sound like a
Listen,
strong
I
R.
can't sound like that.
You know why? He doesn't fuck with Muggles.
No, listen.
Bro.
You know why?
This guy's
You're
Muggles.
blood
Look,
orange.
you really want to know why?
Hey, like Carter.
You really want to know why? My favorite actor.
Oh
Morgan
my.
Freeman. I told you. I was saving it. I was saving it.
So bad again. That's hilarious.
You be cooking sometimes.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I hate when he's on a roll.
I don't even hate that he's on a roll. I hate when they're like better than anything we can do.
Hey man, speak for your fucking self. Speak for it.
Listen.
You're not gonna rope me into that shit, alright?
I want to be the bar on both ends. I want to be the bar you can't reach and the bar you can't go under.
That was a bar itself.
Shut the fuck up.
That was awesome. That was so good. He really we said some smart shit tonight.
Oh my god.
He is beating us. He said like 6 unbelievable
It's
things.
not a competition. It is not a competition.
Look,
and
it's not a
my
competition.
word association alone, like cut it out.
He's killing us.
Creighton enters my realm, you bitch. All right, that's that. Like
Sure.
No,
But if this-
fuck you, sure.
if
I'm
this
not.
podcast-
It's my turn to talk, Charlie.
If this was the only example someone was using, we are way not even close to as good as him tonight.
Oh my.
He's killing us.
Oh my
He's killing us on paper tonight.
Oh my god.
On paper. On paper. I mean, I know that we're better than him.
Stop pairing us. I'm better than all.
There you go. I know you're better. I know you think and are better than him, and I know that I can be better than him. But tonight, he's beating us. Tonight is the night of Creighton. Smack dab in the beginning of Black History Month. He's winning. He's beating us. He's been both equally more racist and had more bars than us. Period tonight. He's killing us tonight, dude. We suck.
Oh my god.
That's all there is to it. What, bro? Don't look at me like that, Cat. Ted's looking
This
at me
man stole my whole flow. He took my emotional anecdote flow. He's taking my wordplay flow. He's saying the things he's not supposed to. Saying shit that I could reasonably say, but he's just stepping into it. You know what I mean?
He's killing us.
No, he's doing nothing.
Oh, I'm sweaty.
Oh god, that was great.
Dude, that I can't stand it when Chris goes down. I have to go down. I'll be minding my business. I'll be on an island. I'll be on an island in the sky. You know, and
You're not in a room. You're not in a room with people who don't see it though.
No,
I see what you're thinking. I know you. Like I see it happening in front of me.
I'll be on the island, and I'll be like, "Oh, Creighton's visiting today." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh, look at Creighton in the exosphere for one. That's my boy, right? That's my boy." But Christopher's like, "Oh man, oh my god, why can't I be funny?"
He's like grappling, hooking up. He's like, can you believe this guy? He's up here with us.
Hey, he's on your coattail.
I'm not even trying to get up there. I'm pulling Aleem down off of this fucking disc. I'm like, get off your foot. What's the cloud? Goku rides on the Nimbus. I'm pulling him off his fucking Nimbus down to my magic carpet.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, bro, we can get as high as the clouds if we try. Look, we could be like Creighton.
You know what my favorite MCU movie is?
Oh my fucking god! It's the new Captain America.
No, it's Wakanda Forever.
Fuck!
He hit us with the other one we were never gonna think of.
Yeah, because the fact you didn't say the first one.
Yeah, precisely.
It's a great tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, man.
Another favorite actor of mine.
Oh my god! That one has to. He's dead.
You can't fuck with Chadwick Boseman.
Oh my
man.
god!
I'm not. He's a good actor. I just said he's.
We
one
really
of my
had it all.
I'm not fucking
shit.
with him with praise.
Chadwick Boseman was our Black Panther. Like we really did have it all. We fucking fumbled the bag
man.
as a whole world.
He was my.
He died. He was
my Jackie Robinson.
You suck. That was great.
And the fact that you no.
It was great because of the silence. It was funny to me because of that. And it was just funny.
This man gets to enter the realm of the gods with low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? Like I was a demigod that fought tooth and nail for an ounce of divinity, and I willed divinity.
I fell into it.
Yeah, I willed divinity with self-deprecation and loathing because I'm like, what are these powers for? And this motherfucker,
this guy tripped over Zeus's lightning bolt.
Yeah.
This guy just fucking that's all that happened.
Oh God.
Do you guys remember 21 Bridges or whatever he was in, where all those bridges exploded and he was like the last cop on the island? It was like crazy concept for a movie. It's like they took The Dark Knight Rises and was like, what if Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character was black?
A lot of people blame a lot of shit that the MCU, like, it's crumbling on a lot of different things, but for real, like, no cap, not your brother, definitely I think it was
your
Chadwick
brother's
Boseman.
cap?
For real.
It's good.
That's what I was saying.
It's good at moments like this where he starts like striking out unbelievably because it also pays.
It balances it.
It doesn't just balance it; it lets you know how naturally funny he is because it's like, oh, he's really just saying what he like. He accidentally
he misses so much because he doesn't filter anything.
Yes, like
so when
it's roulettes. He's playing roulette. He's his own fucking roulette. So when he's on a roll, you're like, there's no way.
Occasionally he hits Black 17 on by accident on purpose.
And I don't know what that means, but I know the house is fucked. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
So you're the house situation?
You can't say that to me. I am light skinned, and oh my god. And that's the thing. He has these full ovals, because we're not going to call them circles anymore. He has these fucking ellipticals that just happen to fucking... Unbelievable.
What Charlie's going to say next. He's going to be like, my favorite movie was Django Unchained.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. And then there's also this. He also enters like what I call like
He's in his giggle mode. He can't stop, and like that's when everything really.
That's when it'll fall apart.
He's not. Yeah, because he's not.
We're at the end of the cycle.
He doesn't have us interrupting him to where he can just say every single word that comes out. It's like there's a hose that's muting him, and when we stop talking, he's able to unmute and just say the things, and then we remute him when we start talking. Something's happening in that break. We're missing the gold and the garbage constantly because it just isn't stopping.
Sometimes I just stop thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like I'll have something,
totally.
and I'm like,
listen,
I'll have something really good, and I know it's good. And then I'll be like, you guys will start talking about something, I'll just lose it. Like, I'm on whatever he's talking about. Like, or I was
stealing
listening.
my emotional pity for the podcast. Like, I brought my raw emotions.
That was good.
This motherfucker said, you think we don't struggle because we're white? Whoa, listen to this. Oh, man.
God, I hate when Aleem comes on here and talks about how sad he is. Let me just use my whiteness to recapitalize.
Yeah, hear this. We could afford for me to go to another fucking state to fix my depression.
I never asked
Bitch, I had
that.
another room. I was like, I could go into a different room.
Aleem's like, so here's what happens when autism's dealt with correctly. It's me. Aleem.
I never asked.
Aleem's over here telling us about the like actual real struggles of like somebody who not only is suffering with mental shit, they don't have the means to deal with it.
Listen.
And then you're over here like, well, I got flown to another place.
Flown.
And it was scary. Dealing with my disease was hard. Because I could afford to do it.
I still don't know who paid for that.
What a nice luxury.
Yeah, no.
Where I'm from, if anybody did, I'd never hear the end of it.
It's
Dude,
probably my mom to be real.
You better not be sad, Aleem. We took care of you.
Alright, first of all, you think, hey.
Listen, wait, could you imagine though, like if they did take care of you and then you wind up just killing
They
yourself?
did,
They would be pissed.
First of all, who's they? The stereo.
We can't be doing the they.
Well, no.
We also cannot use stereotypical like black comedian tropes about like you know what I mean? Because we're leaning real hard.
Well,
Also,
I don't mean you specifically. I just mean
sure
like
we don't.
I'm talking about
all
Can
the
you
niggas.
imagine how
All my
pissed?
fellas.
I was talking about
You're my friend too.
I was talking about like necessarily like in my situation. If I got all the way back and then just fucking was like, you know, hung myself or some shit.
Somebody
like
be
that.
like, bro, I could have got a boat.
Yeah. Listen, the first thought that would cross my dad's mind. The first thought that would cross my dad's mind would be that. He'd be like, I could have bought it.
Could have bought a fucking boat.
No.
Like now I don't have a son, but at least I would have I wasn't gonna have a son regardless, but I would have had a boat.
I could have fished way more comfortably.
What I do think is funny though, because actually there's a woman that one of my friends and we have a lot of conversations about because she's diagnosed with autism, and then chill out, bro, chill out.
Talk about diminishing returns.
Oh God. Yeah, that was a high risk, low yield mutual fund right there. Getting Creighton fixed.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was.
It just hit my mind.
Don't kill yourself, Creighton.
No.
I like you a whole bunch.
I'm not suicidal. I've never really been suicidal. I think me and you have talked about this before. Like, I kind of don't get being suicidal.
Breathe.
Look, I don't mean to not sound empathetic. It's just I have never personally been like, damn, like, you know what I want to do is unalive myself. Because I don't know, I like eating. I like laughing with people. I like talking with people. I just love life a lot. So it's hard for me to be in that mindset of hating life. And that's not me being like, universe, come and get me. I'm just saying, like, and I do get being sad, and I get being depressed, and I get fucking, you know, hating life, I guess, to a certain extent, but not to the point where I
Stop trying to cover up. It's okay. Anybody that listens to this isn't going to attack you.
No. I know. I'm just saying.
But hear me out. So one, like, I have to physically hold that because I'm going to draw back to that, and it's going to piggyback.
Look, you're about like rearing up for a punch.
No, I wouldn't do you like that. I don't know though. You said enough. If there was a night,
it's like when they put that compilation of Joe Rogan saying the N-word. Like, you'd have a pretty bad idea about the guy if all you saw was that. Like, tonight we said some crazy shit.
Man, Anyways,
ICOPE.
so
ICOPE.
so this woman is diagnosed with autism, and like, you know, we have a lot of conversations and stuff, and basically the too long don't read this. Shut the fuck up. The too long don't read this is that even though we're from completely different backgrounds, she's from like a white like middle class upbringing, has parents that even has a parent that's the only member of their family in the state. You know what I mean? Has another family that's a little bit like mentally defunct. Has the one family.
Don't look at me when you say that.
No. I'm just saying.
No, it's true. But
No.
I
guess.
call me out like that.
No. Basically, what I'm getting at is that we have a lot of conversations on how we arrived to similar feelings about things, similar experiences, similar like pains. Even though the story is completely different, it still has intersectionalism. So the thing I've been holding in my hand was, it's really funny that you talk about not wanting to kill yourself, because I'm the same way, but for completely different reasons. And this is another one of those like, it's funny because it sounds like ha Liam really tragic, ha Creighton just kind of like got the like, you know, if life was a little bit better, this is how you would come to terms with these things. But so for me, I don't deal with being suicidal. I deal with I don't want to exist sometimes, which is like...
It's two different things.
Which is two different things, despite how similar they are. But like, if I could remove myself from the timeline, and also like what Hermione does in Deathly Hallows Part 1.
To her parents.
Yeah, if I could do that to the world, like there's plenty of times where like you guys would never see me
like in
again.
No Way Home.
Yeah,
exactly. But more so, even a step beyond them, I don't want to continue to exist though.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to die.
I can see that. Like when
don't
you put
wanna
it
die
like
because of
that,
the
I
consequences
understand
everyone
it
else
way better.
Way better, right?
Than like
than just
like because like God, that's so much work.
No, exactly. But then what I also want to double down on is that the reason that I'm not suicidal is because, so for one, a handful of like really close friends, like a handful of really close friends were like people that like, you know, I had just friends I was close to in high school. They're like, hey, like I don't want to be here, right? And that's like lighter. That's like lighter, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend that I used to come to North Carolina in the summers. So I have a friend from like when I was 12, like showed me what a watering hole was and stuff. Like really gave me a cool...
I still don't know what a watering hole is. Like I hear people fucking talk about that shit, and I'm like, what is that?
It's
you
really
talking
cool.
about pond? Like
it's kind of secluded, cool looking pond kind of thing.
Yeah.
I bet there's algae all in there.
He's no, it's definitely wasn't like, and we had to go through a pipe to get to it.
What?
So no, hear me out. Shouldn't have been swimming in it.
You're really distracting me.
No, it's really cool. Well, he killed himself.
Oh,
yeah,
at
right.
The watering hole?
Yeah, you fucking dunce. No,
let's back up, breathe. Let's let Liam finish this one.
Yeah, I literally, my friend's dead. That asshole.
Damn, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. You're autistic, but and then
he's got some too.
No,
it's holding the back.
No, it's not holding him back. It's just you are so unbelievable. Like even me, like I would never do what you're doing right now, even though I have the same mental defunctness as you, with way less resource. But a lot of my closest loved ones have tried to. So there's like 3 people that like really mean the world to me that like hypothetically shouldn't be here, but gratefully are. So that numbed me to the idea. Like I could never off myself because I worked too hard for them not to off themselves.
Yeah.
Like I've seen what it feels. I felt what it feels like to watch somebody. I mean, like whether it's like surviving it, whether it's trying for it to happen, whether you're that last phone call. So like, not to get all heavy and woe is me. Also too, I definitely win as far as the emotional.
Listen, I've got a lot in my back pocket.
Oh my fucking God. I did kill myself.
This is why I say it. This is why I say he's winning. Is because unless you don't acknowledge that he's right, he's gonna keep trying to win. I'm talking to Aleem about Creighton. For those listening.
Listen, I'm not gonna whip it out all here tonight. You gotta keep your aces up your sleeves, if you know what I mean. But
You're never gonna win. He'll make shit up.
No, the thing is, I don't ever make up the shit. It's always happened to me. It's just like, you know.
No, what's worse is it's not an actual fucking contest. I'm being facetious. No.
My win is not. It's a metaphorical winning because he's not gonna stop trying to win the battle that doesn't exist.
I'm fucked up, is what I was.
Yeah, there you go,
like,
bro. You figure we did it. That's what.
But no. I don't want him to. I don't want to lose his point. Always talking about with his.
Neither did I.
Like
You
with all the stuff. Sorry.
yourself.
No, let's go ahead. You said what you said, and it fucked me up.
No, it's all good. Basically, in short, due to the secondhand feelings of that and like not wanting to like, it literally, it's not like I go like, man, I've almost lost people to suicide. I could never commit it. No, it's like literally something in my brain. That's why I can only say the existence thing. I can only come up with a hypothetical that removes me that's completely improbable, could never happen, and like there's no way for me to do that. But like as far as like wanting to kill myself, like you can really kill yourself. Like that's a goal that like anybody, like, you know, we could all aspire to do that and like succeed pretty easily. You know? So with that being said, but I don't have it in my brain. Like because chemically I have not all the reason to, because like that's a big heavy conversation on like the severity and subjectivity of feelings and stuff, but like I have all the ammunition one would need to like, but like I never could because it's not there. Something about experiencing it secondhand and it being like my like loved ones and stuff, it like nixed it. Like it's not there. That's the only way I can describe it. Like it's not like I'm like greater than feeling like that. It's not like I've worked on. It's like it's not there. Something about all of them. If there was any room for me to be like, man, I'm off myself, like they used it all. Like they took all of that. Yeah. You know, so and that was a long-winded way to like boo-hoo about that.
No. Look, okay. So this is what I think about it. Like, so all this, like, all that crazy shit that happens to you in life, my way of dealing with it is finding a way to fucking laugh at it. Because, like, I don't know. Life is serious, but like
Robin Williams in 9/11.
Yeah,
Robert Williams.
Or Patton Oswalt in 9/11.
I was gonna say Robert Williams is probably not the best example.
That's a good point. It's Patton Oswalt.
He wasn't missing, like, you know, if you know what I'm saying.
He was the goodwill that was hunted.
You know,
you tried.
You know, listen.
It wasn't.
That's
you know,
great.
You know
That's
how I knew
great.
Caitlin was meant for me. We were talking about suicide one day.
Yeah.
And somehow hanging came up. And she just like, hanging yourself? How archaic. And I was like... and that summed up
She
exactly,
is really funny.
Exactly how I feel, like, about, you know, just, like, tragedies throughout life. Because it sucks. It's tragic. It's terrible. It makes you feel like shit. But if you can laugh at it, it's taking something back from that tragedy. Yeah, your joy back from that tragedy that is trying to take from you, and like
that's what I meant by
the less life is too long and too serious for us to also be so serious all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's why I say some shit on your posts on Facebook sometimes, because you be saying some stuff, and I'm like, listen, I feel you, but like I feel like you and your feelings, so I'm gonna come over here and say, hey man, I miss you too with a little heart, you know.
The thing that kills...
Why don't you post any of that shit on Twitter, man? I want to see it. I want to talk shit.
No, because I don't have access to that Twitter anymore. Like, I literally, like, lost the password. So I have, like, a burner Twitter that has, like, 2 followers on it. That, like, I let, like, thoughts out on. But even more so...
Wait, who do you let those thoughts out for if it's just 2 followers? It's just
fucking Alan and Chandon McElwain.
That's it? You gotta go to Alan's Twitter and look at who he's following.
Yeah, and then you're
like... you? Is it, like, obviously you?
Yeah, there's a picture of me. Okay. And it has Fooly Cooley in the name, so it's kind of like, nobody else is gonna see, like, Fooly Cooley. My Twitter's Fooly Cooley Burns. But yeah,
you can get so many followers.
That's what I was fishing.
Listen, by the way, like the episodes that, like, and I'm not trying to brag about our numbers or anything, but the episodes that pop off are like the one, like the lean focused episodes. I'm not kidding. Like, it's something I noticed the other day. I was like looking through the videos, and like the one where it's like me and you and him, like the first one that you're on, like has over 100 views on it, which is pretty good for us. Look, he's already on the Twitter, man. Looking forward.
Burns. Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know. I mean, and then the one where it's just me and you talking about Ichiban, that one also popped off too.
Satoru Naota.
Naota, but yeah. There you go. Yeah. So the funny thing too, though, is that like I love it, like I need it because like for the same reason that you're saying it, and it's like I don't even always be in my feelings. Like I really just think like that and like talk like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And oh man, what is it?
Nothing. You be saying some dumb shit.
Wait, what? Wait, what was the last one?
You can't let him follow you on Twitter.
No,
By the way,
I love you to death. It's
Listen.
literally something you said earlier, basically.
My favorite.
It's just so funny seeing it on like that space of like you just say it with no context out in the world is so funny to me.
Quality women fall for me, and that shit makes me upset.
Yeah.
No, bro, because that's a real bro. Because I'm not an arrogant, pretentious prick. I'm speaking about like actual.
This is where you say that though, because we can talk about it. No one's fucking talking to you on those two people.
I talked to him. I literally talked
about
Facebook.
Twitter though. What I'm saying
You
is
need to
he's
get a
saying
Facebook.
It,
This
he's
is the
saying it
problem.
with no context. He's just saying that to the fucking ether.
I hate
That's
that my
wild.
two favorite people to talk to are on two totally different social media platforms. Like fucking, he's over here saying wild shit on Facebook. I'm shit posting on Facebook, and you're over here saying wild shit on Twitter. I can't. I have time for both, so I'm over here.
What's funny? So what you're saying though, like that's exactly what he's commenting on, because that's how I talk. Like I just.
We can have a whole conversation in his comment section.
I understand.
Document that shit.
But the thing is, all three of us are autistic. This scenario, recording the podcast, is how we're supposed to talk about this stuff. Just posting a statement on Twitter like that is crazy because no one's going to be able to keep up with either of us, any of us, in the context of a Twitter thread.
Well, okay, but see, that's the thing, right? So, like...
That's why you need a Facebook.
No, when I say anything, I don't think about people looking at it. Like, I didn't say that and go like, man, this is really good. I'm cooking with this. Like, even when I make jokes on my face, and like, you can tell, like, knowing me personally, I'm literally just talking and writing it down.
See, this is where people are going to come at from. They're going to be like, if you don't care, how did you say it? You don't.
I don't. Yeah, it's like, so why say it at all,
motherfucker?
Why say it at all?
You just bit my foot.
I use the void as like a journal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And like
but
an
then
account
like,
of myself.
Yeah, why are you posting it out there for everybody to see?
Yeah,
That's what people are going to say.
No,
you know
100%.
what I mean?
No, but that's the thing. It's also because like I think, how do I put this? I don't think people are as painfully authentic as I am. Like I am Aleem Dawson to a fault. Yeah. I am myself when it's inconvenient. I am myself when it's gonna fuck me over. I could easily manipulate 1,000 people. I could get away with a lot of things. I could do a lot better in life if I was willing to like just hush about my ideals and the things I believe in at points and stuff like that. Even right now, I sound like I'm pretentiously sucking my own dick. I'm not. But I say these things out loud for three reasons. One, it's cathartic to talk to the void because like I have like developmental issues, right? Two, it is like a form of journalism. Like I can look at myself over the years and I have encapsulations of my feelings. Mm-hmm. Thirdly, something as not even being funny, but something as simple as like Chris going like, why would you say that without context? Nobody's actually talking how they think. I'm actually talking how I think. Yeah. I am the whole freestyling thing. I can freestyle so good because that's literally what I'm doing all the time. So everything that I say is just the thought that I had in that moment, like is as it is. It's not filtered. It's not like overly thought about. And there are times like when I say something like this is the year my mustache is going to connect. Like I really think about that. I actually have an unhealthy obsession with how much facial hair I don't have. Yeah. And I want people to know that really awkwardly like hot guy is insecure about his lack of mustache. People should know that that's a thought that's had. People should know that it's a normal thought to have. And I want people to like to stop associating, because like sometimes, man, like I think shit doesn't go good with girls because like the way that I look and how much I like Beyblades and Pokemon facts don't line up. You know what I mean? So that's the fourth thing too. If you look at my shit and you're like, oh wow, there's something wrong with this motherfucker, then that's good because like you're probably like not for me. But if you see it and you can see like, he's thinking different, or this is a thing, or even at the least you know Aleem, so you're like, all right, Aleem, like socially, what the fuck was that? But like I get it.
That's
it's
for me. I see it and I'm like, bro, why are you just say it to me so we can talk about it? Like I would rather dissect this with you.
I get
like
the facial.
read it on Twitter and be like, bro, you're so dumb. You're so
I get the facial hair
for thinking this way.
I get the facial hair.
I get it. Sure, I understand.
I just trimmed mine.
I traded. We all noticed, and we weren't talking about it.
Listen. I trimmed mine, but I traded it. Okay, listen, because Caitlin wanted me to trim it, and I was like, listen, I'll trim it, but this is what you gotta give up. Okay. We gotta go to the flea market 6 times, but at times of my choosing.
That's wild.
Who are you?
Yeah, you're so weird.
See, that's how I tweet.
That is how you tweet.
Yes, it's like, why the fuck would you? But it's also like, that's what we should be. painfully ourselves.
Just
at
a
all
stream
times.
of consciousness.
No, and that's the stream of consciousness. It's even like that's part
That's
of
why
why
I
like,
say so much fucked up shit.
Wait, so look, this is, so you're
100%.
saying this? I look better with this, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I've said that for a decade.
Thank you. I
Don't-
tried to explain that. It's about the symmetry of my face. I got hair up here and no hair down here. It's weird. You know, it's like it's like land.
Hold on.
It's like a sky with no.
What's your
eyes.
stance? You prefer yourself with or without facial hair?
I mean, honestly, I could take it or leave it. This was getting kind of itchy too, so I kind of secretly won, but you know, I ain't gonna say that, or she can hear it. I'm playing the game, bro. Playing the game.
Don't call me bro. We're not. That's not us.
Don't call it the game either. Save that for bigger battles.
I take an L for this, so I can get a win somewhere else. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
6 times at the flea market.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Maybe I'll find a cool old piano. Like, you know.
you don't have room for anything.
No, I will
else
put it right
in this
there.
house. Yeah,
No, actually,
Okay, that's
no.
a great spot,
Listen, actually, I'll probably put it right there.
yeah, no.
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. You gotta see the piano first. You know, I could put it to you right there and put it right there. There, made it work.
It's a good thing you didn't do it edible.
Hey,
We would've
did you know
lost
my
it.
other favorite comedian is?
Oh my god.
It's Bernie Mac.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, absolute legend.
God, he's so funny.
Can't believe 2007's Transformers was his last role.
Was that his last role?
It sure
That's
was.
crazy.
He died like a week after it came out, like right, or
Did
he
he?
might have died the week before it came out. Actually,
I think he was dead when
it was
came
really
out.
close. Yeah, it was like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight type shit.
Yeah,
It was like
He should have
really
won an
close.
Oscar for that.
Bernie Mac for his one scene in a
It's
franchise.
a really funny movie.
I'm not gonna lie though, it really is. And that's
It is
the
a
other
sick scene.
and that's the other fucking thing, right?
He's like, I'm not a liar, son, especially not from my mammy. It's my mammy right there. He goes, hey, mammy! And she flips in the bird. He's like, oh, don't be like that. Or rock out,
yeah, it
bust
was
your
great.
head.
It's
bitch."
an amazing scene. It really
He goes,
is.
I tell you what, she's dead. God, look, I don't remember all that movie. I remember that scene.
It's such a good fucking
Bernie Mac's amazing.
Like, out of context and in the movie. It's fucking...
They would
it's
have
great.
been done made a fucking Ocean's 14 if he had been alive.
Like,
It was right in the time of time to bring back all these things we did 20 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
like it would have totally already happened if he was like a main focal character.
Do you
in
think
terms
Bernie
of,
Mac would have kept being in them? Like, had they...
That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean in the Transformers movies.
Oh,
100%.
probably, but like very
each
much
one has
in
his
that
Bernie
bit,
Mac
like
scene.
one scene a movie.
He would have been like the cabbage guy in
yeah,
like,
in Avatar.
in
Exactly. Yeah, perfect.
It'd be really great if they just had Peter Welling in there, like a Stan Lee cameo. This guy voices Optimus.
Okay, appreciate
Yeah,
it. 'Cause
yeah.
I'm
You were
down.
looking at me like you didn't know.
You're like, I need to know who Peter Welling is.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
Peter
I was-
Welling? It might be Peter
I
Welling.
was like, am I gonna have to say it? Guys, it's
Yeah.
Salim. I don't know that.
You know, like over the years, he's like, I've had concerns about how they write Optimus because the shit like, give me your face and like all that
Yeah.
stuff they make him say later on. He's like, I feel like
He
he's
does
really
say
getting
some ridiculous
In the
lines
movies?
in the
Yeah,
movies.
you don't remember that from Revenge of the Fallen? Like
He's killing-
He
he's in that
beats up
three-
the Fallen, and then like he's like, "Give me your face," and he rips his face off.
Yeah.
and then like punches a hole through his chest and crushes his heart in front of him, and then pulls
And
his
Peter
face out.
Welling's like, guys, is this how Optimus is supposed to be portrayed?
Optimus
And they're like,
Prime, ladies.
shut up, voice actor, say your words.
They're like, that sounds pretty gay, Peter Welling.
Yeah, that's
Like,
basically
Nah, what I will
The
what I
only
will
thing that'll
say,
make it better is if there's an American flag in the background.
I should have done better to know that was a thing because everybody always over intellectualizes how he kills Megatron in the third movie.
Yeah.
like
I don't think he
viciously.
should have killed him.
Like,
So brutally.
like so, like
But that's-
holy fuck.
That
Yeah, like,
line
why'd
goes
you
hard
go
though, where
so
he's
hard?
like, "Time to find out." And he
Yeah.
like fucking grabs
and then
the
just
axe.
one arm kills
Yeah.
him.
Nah,
like,
God.
he
bro.
ripped his whole
Yeah.
shit. Like he
Yeah.
like he
Honestly, I'm okay with it for the line. The line
was hard as fuck.
Yeah, he's like, "Who would you be without me, Prime?" And he goes, "Time to find out." And then the face mask comes down. Oh, dude, God, I'm getting
I
hard
think it's
just
funny they
thinking
have.
about it.
Wow.
There's an American flag
You
in the
look like a
background
guy
too.
that fucks your
I'm
truck.
feeling. Look, I know we were talking bad about feeling patriotic earlier, but I'm feeling really patriotic. Like, you know,
Right. Right.
The problems with nationalism.
ready to go shoot some fireworks right now. Like, golly. He was with Washington when they crossed the Delaware.
Thank you for this, but I do not want it. Colonialism. I do not share the same fondness for the American military.
You know, I think in the eighth Transformers movie, it's going to be revealed that they've helped us in the Revolutionary War. Like, you know,
they already beat Hitler, so I mean, I feel like
did you see that in the last night? Bumblebee curb stomped Hitler.
Bumblebee curb stomped the Nazis in World War II, bro. He's literally like a Nazi beetle in the fucking Germany.
A watch?
Starts fucking banging SS soldiers.
Listen, hey, look at me. I need you to understand what I'm about to tell you. A watch killed Hitler.
Yes,
canonically in these movies. From a secret society called the
Transformer transformed as a watch.
Yeah. From the Wiccan Society.
Also, Sam Witwicky is dead. Canonically in the Transformers.
That is a secret society around Transformers.
Yeah. Oh, it's literally
it gets wild.
They don't even talk. It gets no screen time.
Yeah.
Like, you find out there's one Witwicky left, and it's not Sam. It's this old man. Like, Sam Witwicky is died
what's his
off
name?
screen.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. And then he fucking dies.
How?
How? No how. No one knows.
Not just how. What's the time period between the movies?
Like 10 years?
Maybe not even that. It's like
Jeff
5
Duvall's
years.
still in him.
So like he dies young type shit.
Yeah, like dies within...
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's so shitty. So the idea is like in this universe, after the last time you saw him, that nigga did not make it much further than that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, the guy gets his own trilogy and then dies off screen, and they don't even mention that he died. You have to put the fucking pieces
in between movies, if you remember, in Age of Extinction, there's a
the last one I watched was like literally
the one where Prime kills fucking Megatron like that.
That's the third one.
You're talking about the one with Mark Wahlberg, right?
The first one with Mark Wahlberg is the last one.
There's a deep state fucking conspiracy with this group called Cemetery Wind that's been hunting down both Autobots and Decepticons to harvest their metal to sell to some corporation to make money off of it. That's the premise.
Entire plot.
That's Age of Extinction.
That's the entire plot.
On paper, it sounds incredible. In execution, it's
Mark
shit.
Wahlberg got to flex his muscles 20 times. And he drank a Bud Light
under the guys that they're helping to hunt down Decepticons. But all the military men in this group had families in Chicago that died during the invasion in the third movie. That's the premise of that.
The metal is just metal, or it's like...
No, it's transforming.
So is it the reason it's like... Has it been advancing our technology?
Yeah, they can build Transformers now. That's the subplot.
And they do, and they code them to be like...
And they're better, technically.
Better, air quotes. Big air quotes.
Yeah, big air quotes.
And that's because technically Transformers are like a metal organic, where this is like a metal inorganic.
Doesn't it sound awesome on paper?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Now, the way you said it in that first sentence, no, it sounded like dog shit. But then when you were like... Because I was like, okay, so there's a secret society that's just been selling it to corporations. So like...
No, it's a deep state group.
Yeah, well, you didn't mention the second half that has to do with the Witwickens. Yeah. The Witwickens have
That's
been,
the other movie. That's
since the fucking Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, that's the other movie.
In tandem, it's the next one. In tandem have been helping the Transformers.
Yeah.
Like...
This really sounds like a lot more like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it is. It's really bad.
It's really like Assassins versus Templars and like...
Literally.
But they're Decepticons.
But it's...
I hate you.
Yes. Yeah, both things, though, are correct, and it's done badly. It's so bad. It's so...
Well, I came first. The Transformers are the Assassins.
Shut up.
Dude, do you guys remember when the Assassin's Creed series was like the Assassin's Creed series before it just turned into like, okay, these are some of the best open world games ever, but this really is like not Assassin's Creed?
What's about to happen? Are we about to die? Is Caitlin here?
Sounds like Caitlin, probably.
Oh, all right, well, that was episode 7.
Oh, we're not wrapping yet, are we? Oh. Hey.
We were like, are we about to die? Or what's happening?
Someone that has keys to the house?
That's the worst way to go.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
When you were like, we, I hate when you do we, and I'm like, no, don't group me
He's
in with
riding the
that.
coattails again.
Yeah.
You know, dude, just
whatever happens to us is how we're doing it together.
I do like that, though. He's like, solidarity.
It is solidarity, but it's like, we thought that we were about to die, and it's like, no, clearly if they have keys, we're okay. Like, I don't want to be grouped into that thinking.
I mean, look, we got guns. We're fine.
I don't know how to
Are
use
they in
those.
your hand?
They're close by.
That cat,
Fun
I love
fact.
him, and he's a menace.
You know how VR games, you guys ever play like an Oculus?
Yes.
Yeah.
I cannot play gun games in an Oculus because past shooting the gun, I don't have the know-how.
What do you mean you don't know how to move around?
No, dumb bitch. I goddamn... I don't know how to reload a gun. Like, I don't know what to, like,
You bumped
slide
it.
and move
Like, you
and
just-
goddamn. I get it. I'm trying to tell you how the lack of proficiency I have with firearms. That in a VR game, after my clip is done and it's time to reload that motherfucker, I'm using my knife. Like, I'm shit out of luck. Like, I don't know what to.
This is gonna sound like it's meant to be like a you're dumb joke. It isn't. When you play Warzone and you reload in the game, there's nothing more accurate in video games than how they treat real life weapons.
No, 100%. So in VR, it is my hands, not the square button.
Yeah.
I do not.
I'm saying just click the square button and then watch, and then do that with your hands.
Is that a Hot Wheels jacket?
Yes.
That's sick. Did you zip it up while we were talking? Because I thought it was unzipped. Okay.
No, it wasn't zipped.
It's been really distracting me for like the last 30, 40 minutes.
It's a mechanic jacket.
Oh, I like it. That's sick. What's this have on the back? Oh, that's awesome.
sick.
What's that say?
The Nike sign.
When we take the picture today, you gotta fix the camera. Your back has to fix the camera.
Highs and lows.
That'll be a really good.
Caitlin, do you want to be on the podcast?
Ooh, I gotta go.
Damn,
She said no. She's really funny. That's why she's like hiding it. She doesn't want to She doesn't want to outshine us.
That's true.
She'd walk in and right away it would just be like,
yeah, like why are these guys talking?
That's what it's like being on a podcast with Creighton. Yeah, I mean, it's just like wow. Why am I here? All these great jokes.
Yeah,
listen,
he really spits nothing but gold.
You know who my favorite Star Wars character is?
Oh my.
Whew, this one is like, because the thing is,
It's
like,
Lando Calrissian.
fuck.
Okay.
Because I was like, it's not Mace. He might go Finn. He might try to.
He might trick us with a new one.
He might do one of his like out there jokes and be like Finn's potential. You know what I mean? Be like,
Damn, that would have been great.
Right?
That would have been better.
My
You should have done that.
My favorite
now
Star
he's winning again.
Yes! Validation!
Alright, well, we got to wrap.
That's crazy.
You know the funniest part is that I say you're winning. He says it's not a competition. I say he's winning. He's like, yes, I did it.
You're damn Skippy. You're damn Skippy.
It's not a competition.
It was, yeah. Of course not. You can't see that we're winking. Or attempting to.
But God, we're all trying to wink so hard.
Dude, my winking is so fucking bad. It looks like a twitch. Like a nervous twitch. Like,
yeah, no.
That's
It's
not bad.
because your whole mouth moves when you do it.
Yeah, why are you doing it? Why are you moving your mouth? Who are you trying to bite?
You gotta do one of these. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta not move.
Wait, do it again? Oh my God.
You did both your eyes.
yeah, dude. Like,
If you're going to move your mouth, move your lip. Like,
Okay, wrap this up because now we're literally talking about winking.
Alright.
It's been 2.5
For
hours.
Liam, I'm Creighton. There's no Charlie, and there are no stairs. Or whatever Quentin said. It's an obscure reference for you. No, but for real, this has been episode 7 of the Shirts Off podcast. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to see more, you gotta subscribe, follow.
Oh my God,
see us
you're
on
not saying all
socials,
this.
like the video. If you have any ideas for
Scott
shit you want us to
Pilgrim.
talk about, you know.
Scott Pilgrim.
What, dive out the window?
No, just like the same reason I like Scott Pilgrim is why I'm friends with you guys.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
Click it. Stop it. Stop it.